giant stands, a mech with heavy man's commands, each step a quake, a thunderous might, eyes aglow in the endless night. A saint beneath, dark and vast, power fierce, shadows cast, a mighty taint beneath its core, a warrior spirit, ancient lore. Welcome, Tainted, a lace-up tunic or medieval hoodie. Welcome, Tainted, let's talk about color, or should we? Welcome, Tainted, thinking outside the blocks. Welcome, Tainted, thanks for joining us, you rock! Welcome, Tainted, the venting of your fun hole rocks. Welcome, Tainted, enjoy the chronicles of Dark Song. Welcome, Tainted, thinking outside the blocks. Welcome, Tainted, thanks for joining us, you rock!
All right, don't mind me just jamming out to the intro song. What are you here for? Well, it's time for Think Outside the Blocks, your weekly Brickworld live stream where we talk to you about what? Thinking outside the perceived rigidity of the Lego medium, also outside your mental blocks as you build MOCs to display at wonderful places and shows like Brickworld. I am your maybe most usual host at this point. The man on the left, and today I will be on the left because I do have a special guest to get to in a minute here. But Z Cerberus here, Ben Hauger for those of you who know me personally, and a lot of our crew probably in Fort Wayne right now, wrapping up Brickworld Fort Wayne. But we've got Brick Orphanage singing along, as well as Super Hawk Bricks giving us a yeah tainted. But before we get too far into anything, we have one of these, one of my favorite banners. We get to use it maybe less often than I would like, but still a decent amount. So special guest alert. We're going to bring her in. Some people know her as Pinkwheels, but she also goes by Meredith. So let's bring Meredith in. Here we go. Meredith joining us here from the East Coast.
I'm doing the Legoland wave.
The Legoland wave with the claw grip there.
And if your friend's waving, it's this.
Yes, that's all you can do. Let's see here. I've also got Rob Claxton giving us a yes, sir. Here he is. And then Z-Spouse saying sup fam, which makes me highly suspicious that it's not actually Z-Spouse saying that, but Z's son. Because Z-Spouse doesn't usually call people fam. But who knows? You never know. Before we get too deep into anything, in case anyone's curious, Meredith has been to Brickworld, and let's look at this here. We're talking about a serious MOC star here. We've got this, probably the highlight, I think, of your builds, at least the ones I saw last year at Brickworld.
That's the only one I really brought.
Yeah.
I brought that one in the mech that my husband and I built for Space Jones, but my daughter calls him Sir Cinnamon. So
yes, Sir Cinnamon. And this definitely, I think, was it caught a lot of people's attention. Definitely caught mine and Mark's. Something that we definitely put up on the show as well here to discuss. Really nice build, kind of over in the orphan lug section. So that's where I remember it. Brick Orphanage says, pretty. How tall is that? How tall is that, Meredith?
It's probably a good 2.5 feet, almost 3, maybe.
Okay.
It's all modular. The base is about a little over a foot, and my husband made he's used to woodwork, so he just made a crate that actually one of my other MOCs went into, and it fit perfectly. So it just slid right in that, and then the other little pieces that go on the second floor just were in boxes. So it was one of my more less crazy fall apart in the car designs.
Yeah. So Meredith, certainly a true Lego mocker as they come, joining the show today because we're going to talk about something near and dear to Meredith's heart, something that she's calling Reclaim October. Maybe other people call it that as well, but we'll get to that here in a minute. So let's see what we are talking about today. And this is what we're talking about. We are talking about reluctant reveals and really dumb. That sounds like a closet of shame, of course, and then how our week went. Then we're going to talk about Meredith's story here in Reclaim October. Then resting horses and Roomy. Those are our MOCs this week. So we will both be showing one. Return of the Caped Crusader. If you didn't need more $30 Batmobiles in your life, well, you're getting them anyway, because we've got 3 more $30 Batmobiles to talk about. Region versus region. That sounds like some more of our ghostly gauntlet. We're down to the final 4. And then revealing Batman. Meredith, we didn't talk about this when I talked to you earlier this week, but I did a little research on some of the numbers behind Lego Batman. So we're going to talk about, how many Batmobiles there have been and things like that.
It's up there with the Luke's land speeder.
There's a lot of them, yes, and we will get to that. Then we're going to talk really, 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 really close. That sounds like a really, 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 really close call. And then run it back. We should be back on our regular schedule. Mark should be done with his little gauntlet of 3 shows in 2 weeks. And maybe he'll get a quick breather before he has to go to yet another Brickworld Expo. But let's see here. Papa Rex also giving us a good evening. So we've got most of our Tainted accounted for who have commented thus far. Anyone else who's here, make sure to sound off here. Brick Orphanage says he's still waiting for the Bat Train set. Oh, could be coming. You never know. So when we like to meet somebody on the show, we always start off with a little bit of closet of shame. And I always give the precursor. Closet of shame doesn't mean you're ashamed of the set itself, but maybe a little ashamed of the amount of stuff in your backlog. To get Meredith hopped in here, I'll do mine first, as I usually do with Mark even. I got a 2-for-1 special here. These have been up on a shelf in my office for months upon months. But this is what's in my closet of shame.
Aww.
A pair of creator parrots. This is one of the rare times, and Lego's done this a few times recently, where they've had a set that they've released and then recolored it and released it again, usually at the same price point. They had a Technic car that recently came out in both white and gray. But here are the 2 in pink and blue. So the blue one was the original, and then they came out with this pink guy over here afterward. As we've talked about, a lot of these 3-in-1 creator sets have been really good in terms of having actually 3 legit models. And I'll say this one's pretty good too. It's maybe not, Forest Animals Red Fox good, but we've got a fish and a frog. The frog's probably not nearly as substantial a model, but both of them, they look pretty good. So these have been sitting there. I'm not sure when I'll unbox these, when I eventually need a part in pink, but I don't know when. So that's what's in my closet of shame. How about you, Meredith?
Well, my daughter went through a phase, and we've been keeping them ever since this phase. And this is not the only one I have, but this is the one I grabbed.
Ooh.
We have like 3 different elm sets in our backlog, and they've been sitting here collecting dust for probably about 5 years. I don't know if we'll ever build them, but we should.
Oh, yes. Those elf sets are legendary now at this point.
Yeah, this is, goodness, I don't remember where we even picked this up. We found, I took her to Legoland when she was probably about 6, and we found a few of them at Legoland, like on deep discount, 6 or 7. And it was on like deep discount. They were trying to clear them out. And my husband's like, we should have bought more. And I'm like,
yeah,
you don't need more.
You never know. But yeah, those, there's so many times where I'm looking for a part and it only came in one elf set, because it's an unusual color or it's a translucent color or whatever. It's just, they've almost achieved a legendary status. Friday Night Brick says, "Don't show Jesse. He loves to build the elf sets." Yes, he does. Brick Dad Builds checking in, listening on the way home from Fort Wayne. Moto's excited to see you. He just gives you a Pinkwheels. Let's see here. Cheap Ass Bricks also here. He says we don't need them. I don't know what it is we don't need. But he says somebody. Let's see here. They should recolor the Speed Champions cars. I mean, they've been close, Brick Orphanage. They had those two Technic, whatever they were, Taycans or something that were two different colors. So yeah, and gray and white, not like exotic colors, gray and white. So I don't know. You want both a portion white and a portion black in Speed Champions? I don't know. I'm sure you were being facetious more than anything, but still. Let's see here. Mark and I, LOL, don't need us, LOL. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming Brick Dad's driving and maybe Mark's driving too, and he's just saying you don't need us. Well, we don't today because we've got Meredith on the show.
It's that or it's the grammar police.
It could be, who knows? Though Mark and I what? Nobody knows. Let's see here.
Me and Mark and I.
Mark and I see.
That would be my only guess.
Who knows? I have a box of elf sets on the floor near me to torture my viewers on Friday. Yeah, you do like to show that, Reed. You kind of like to try to flex your closet of shame. The rest of us try to hide from our closet, but that's definitely not.
We actually did a purge on our closet of shame, and one of my friends who has, I think, after Atlanta Brick Co. has the second. She's the second largest Brinkling store. She'll sell stuff for you on consignment, and I'm just like, we had what was it, the UCS land crawler. We had just had a bunch of stuff we had bought in clearance, and I'm like, I'd rather have the money to go buy something on a bunch of parts on Brickling. But we did keep the elf sets and some other stuff that, I still have speaking of Batman, the 1989 Batman UCS car.
That
we need to build it.
Great set.
We need to build it so the Scala dolls have a place to ride in on their car.
Yeah, one of question mark number of Batmobiles. We'll get to that later. I'll tell you right now, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
They have a lot of polybags too, but lots of things that they've called the Batmobile over time. The other topic that we had here for the first thing in Run a Show was really dumb. And that's because, Meredith, you told me you were up to your neck in builds because you were doing too much volunteering to build some things.
Yeah, and then I decided, I don't have it here, but I was trying to do some breast cancer stats, and I was just using I was trying to make a bar graph, just using one stud as, I can't remember what percentage. I'm like, this is just too small for a picture. So I ended up upscaling it to the size of the Brickworld awards, and we used every white panel brick we have. Hold on a second, I could pull up a picture in my home.
Yeah, just to make the visualization, and who knows how many off-colored white bricks you'd have to have in there. Try to get those on the backside so no one can see them.
Yes, they're all on the backside.
Yeah.
Oh,
I embrace the off-colored white ones. We'll take a look at what I've been building, which includes some off-colored white ones here in a little bit. So
here, do you I don't know if I can share or not.
Let's see if you can.
Let's see. Screen image file. No, I have to download it. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I was not prepared.
All right. That's
not
okay.
prepared. Let me download this.
My kids told me while you're working on that I needed to add another R, since our letter of the week is R here, for roadkill raccoons. We've seen a ton of dead raccoons around here for some reason. I've gone months without seeing any. We saw 4 road-killed raccoons in different parts of the city today. So I don't know what's happening with the raccoons, but be careful when you're out there. They're all over the place, apparently. Maybe it's something with the sun, with the glint in their eye. I have no idea, but lots of them getting hit by cars, and they were big. Not little baby raccoons. These were mommy and daddy raccoons.
Aww.
So.
All right, let's see if StreamYard will let me do it now. Hold on a second. Let me image file, downloads. And why is it not showing me date added today? There you go.
Brick Dad's apparently giving us a heart. Here we go. All right.
So yeah, I scaled it. This is the funding. So the white bricks represent 12 billion that was spent 2014 to 2020 on breast cancer research, which is roughly 87% of all research funding goes to non-metastatic, stage 4, and then the colorful brick is in the colors of stage 4. I was trying to do that, like I was going to do it as a bar graph, and then I'm like, oh, I'll upscale this, and then I'm like, I can't fit this in a frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ended up with a bit of a giant white brick overload here for the representation, but you can still get some feeling there. We've got, it looks like 7 stacks of white bricks that are taller.
Yep.
So we've got over 7 times the amount going to non-stage 4 type research for breast cancer funding.
Yep, over 6 years, because that's the only data I can find, because there's not a lot of data out there. So
yeah,
they couldn't give me like 1 year, so I didn't have to. Anyways, but yeah, so I have, my husband is calling me up and he's like, I can't find any more white panels for the back of these. We're gonna have to use transparent.
Ooh, don't tell Reed. Moto loves the amount of building here into these giant things. Nick Gamer here as well.
So that was my dumb thing. So luckily I had my husband help me build the white ones. Otherwise I would have never gotten it done last week. So
yeah, for me, I don't have to work tomorrow. Neither does Meredith. So who knows? Maybe we'll go crazy today. I don't have to work because I work for a bank and we're still really dumb and we take Columbus Day off. I always know that's a joke for some people. They go in for an interview and say, do we get Columbus Day off? Well, we really do in the banking world. So I foolishly have already committed to doing several things around the house. At least in my mind, I told my wife she couldn't give me a honey-do list, but she's mentioned a few things that need to get done. And I know that there's probably an expectation there. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow instead of building. So I spent all my time building Lego today for the stream. So I probably won't be doing any tomorrow on my actual day off. But that's okay. All right. So on our show run.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, it's not showing me. It's only showing me leave studio. And I didn't want to be that idiot.
No. I've got it here. I know how to do this. I don't want to ban from the studio. I don't want to kick you from the studio. I think I've got it handled here. Meredith, I didn't introduce you too much, mostly because I knew you were going to have a lot to say here in our second topic. So I think what we'll start off with a little bit is tell us your Lego story, and then we'll get into Reclaim October and that side of it as well. So tell us about yourself, Meredith.
I'm Meredith. I live here. I live in the northern Atlanta suburbs, or Atlanta, as some people like to call it. I got out of my dark age when my daughter was about 4 or 5 years old, bought Mega Blocks off of Nextdoor, just like someone was selling a big bin of them. And we just all sat around building and we're like, isn't this cool? And obviously it escalated a lot since then, to the point that she's kind of in her dark age and she doesn't build that much. But we kind of set the basement up that, we're building down here and she's doing a lot of other stuff, a lot of art and stuff. But she still likes to come to conventions. And she still likes to see what I build, and she's my muse. She tells me what to build, or she'll give me an idea and I'm like, we'll do that. My first mock was her idea. So that's kind of what happened, and it all sort of escalated. We started going to a few conventions in the Southeast, and then we went up one year to Brick Fair, Virginia, and kind of, but mostly stuck around to things in the Southeast. And then Stefan Formentino, aka Mr. Mayor of New Ashima, I had known him for a few years because he lives over in Alabama. He's about an hour and a half away from where we live in Atlanta. And, we'd go over to Brick Fair, Alabama, the little show they do down here, but they don't do anymore. And his city kept growing and growing and growing. And I'm always like, man, like, I think it was the first year back after COVID, like 2021, 2022. No, it was 2022. And he's like, I'm like, it keeps growing and growing and growing. This is just, I love it. I can't ever say how much I love it. And he's like, well, we're doing a collab. And I'm like, oh, can I join in? And he's like, yeah, we're doing a collab and we're going to Brickworld. So that's how I ended up at Brickworld. And I built a lot of we like to call it the friendly corner of New Hiroshima, the teal skyscraper, the pagoda that was in like yellow and bright yellow with the LEDs, and then I had the mall underneath it and some other pink builds. But that was such a great gang. But the sad thing is about 5 weeks before I left for Brickworld, I found out I had breast cancer. It was my first mammogram. I missed at 40 because of COVID and go in for my physical. And my doctor's like, oh, you're 41, time for it. And he's like, they'll call you back because your boobs are new to them. And, there's lumps in there that are not cancerous, but they're going to want a second look. They always want a second look. And I got a call back saying, yeah, we need to come in. And I'm like, okay, cool. What time next week? And they're like, no, you need to come in tomorrow. So, yeah, that was about 4.5, 5 weeks before Brickworld. So doctor told me to go up, have fun. And, we put together the giant New Hiroshima and it was loads of fun, and came home and kind of was a little depressed again. But, I met so many people, and especially like people like Stefan and Simon Liu, and just all the people I met New Hiroshima, they were constantly like messaging me like, how are you doing? Because I ended up telling them, I think, afterwards, because I didn't want to like put a mood on the whole thing.
Right.
And they were just all fantastic. And other people I have in my lug is Chris Giddens. He's like an old school space builder guy. He had cancer about 10 years ago. So he, like, for probably a year and a half straight, he would message me every day to ask how I was when I was in treatment. So just, all these wonderful people in the AFOL community. When I was done with chemo, Simon came down to celebrate, all the way from Canada. So
yeah,
just
all the way from Toronto.
Yeah. Him and Adam Myers and Alec, I can't remember Alec's last name. They came down. We went to Asheville, and then we have Atlanta BrickCon here in Atlanta, and usually the first weekend of February. And they came down for that, but came a little early to celebrate. And I mean, I just never had expected that much outpouring. And the problem is that I had all the things, as we call them, surgery twice, chemo, radiation, and right now I'm what's called NED, no evidence of disease. But because women are getting breast cancer earlier and earlier now, it used to be like your grandma would get breast cancer in her 60s and 70s. And now rates of what's called early onset, so that's 45 and under, have been going up about 2% year over year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's exponential 2% year over year, which is, it's hard. And then flip it on the head is that the longer you live after a breast cancer treatment, you're at risk for what's called stage 4 or metastatic breast cancer, which has no cure right now. People are like, race for the cure. Metastatic breast cancer has no cure. It wasn't funded a ton. You can see it's going up a little bit. This is roughly 13% on average from 2014 to 2020. It's gone up a little bit. I think it's around 20-25% of all breast cancer research funding now is for metastatic. But that's kind of, a lot of women like me are living with the reality that we have to get checked out multiple times a year to make sure that we don't have cancer anymore. And it's kind of unfortunate, but also when you go through, last October was really hard for me because you see all of this crap, and I'm sorry for using crap, but like you go to Instagram, you go on Amazon, and the algorithm knows that I'm a breast cancer patient, and you're like, ooh, the pink shirts with the fight like a woman or something like that. Just all this really cheesy kind of commercialization of breast cancer, and it makes me angry because I'm very, very happy that I'm here. I'm very happy that I'm living. I'm very happy for all the research that was done ahead of time for the drugs I'm on. But, there's women out there, and not just other cancer patients living out there that don't have health insurance, can't work through chemo, all this stuff. And there's so much of a need versus all these people are just like selling you tchotchkes, especially in breast cancer awareness month. That's pink in it. And it's just kind of unsettling, and I got really upset about it. And I found this group, they're called the Breasties. And again, it skews a little bit younger because now there's a lot of younger women getting breast cancer. And they're just an advocacy group. And they also were very upset about the fact that, corporations are slapping pink labels on stuff, or, people are selling pink tchotchkes online. And while awareness is good, I think we're all really aware. We need some of that funding, and we need, companies that are going to put a pink label on their product to make substantial, impactful donations, not just 1% goes of a total of up to $10,000, like when you read the fine print. And these are companies making millions of dollars off their products. So you get really angry, and you don't want to be angry because you're happy you're alive. So they started a little subset of a group called Reclaim October. There's a nice write-up in, I think, the Washington Post from 2 or 3 years ago, and I ended up joining this year, and they're like, we want to tell stories. We want to tell community stories. We want the focus to be back on the patients and the survivors and what they call stage 4 thrivers, and having them educate, what it's like, what the problems are, and then having the funding go to stage 4. And a little bit less on the hoo-hoo, rah-rah with the pink pom-poms. Imagine the worst time in your life, and then people are out there throwing around pink pom-poms and doing a 5K.
Mhm.
It doesn't resonate with all survivors. I'm not saying that there aren't survivors that feel very empowered by that, but many of us don't. We want that energy being put back into the community. We want that energy and money putting back into research. So that's what Reclaim was, or is, excuse me. So I was part of the community group, which was the first week, and they asked me to talk about my story as being an AFOL. And I had reached out to Mark because I'm like, I'm going to talk about Brickworld, and I'm going to probably flash the logo. Is that okay? I don't want to infringe. And he's like, oh, that's great. But it's Brickworld's intrinsically tied to my cancer story, because that's the one thing I remember is that, right before, Brickworld, Hiroshima, we were all excited. I found this out. But on the flip side, now that I go back, everyone's just, people that knew me before that happened and afterwards, always reach out with me hugs. And I've just met so many wonderful people that still continue to reach out. And it's just part of my story as a cancer survivor. And so I shared that on their channel, and they forwarded it to some other channels. So that's I guess why Mark was like, hey, you want to come to the show and talk about breast cancer? And I'm like, sure. It's kind of like a story of Lego and cancer, kind of intermixed.
Yeah, it's like Lego Crimes, right? The two intersect in
it's like
weird
Lego
ways.
Crimes, but it's cancer edition.
Yeah. And here's one of the new Hashima type modules that Meredith built for this.
I called this the Tainted Pagoda.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Lovely. Yeah, I've told this story on the show, but I was going to be part of the new Hashima crew. Simon had recruited me to build one of the spaceships. But my struggle was I'm terrible with Discord, still am. I know I've got a couple people like the Brick Orphanage and Durs Bricks in the chat now who might try to recruit me for doing some collabs, which would be great, but I'm terrible at Discord. Like if you send messages, I don't check it regularly. It's just not in my DNA. So I contacted Simon like a couple months before Brickworld and said, hey, I got the decks cleared. I can build a spaceship now. He's like, no, someone else is doing it. You never responded to any messages on Discord. I'm like, well, I wasn't blowing you off. I just really never checked Discord. For a while, I had the notifications on and I was getting them constantly.
Constantly, yes.
So then I turned them off and then I never checked it. So,
I just remembered, like, I kept posting pictures. I'm like, Simon, no one else is posting work in progress pictures. Is everything okay? He's like, they're all too scared to because you keep posting stuff. And I'm like, it's just work in progress. So I
Yeah.
was a little intimidated, but apparently I wasn't the only one. So, but to me, it helped because I'd never met Ted Andes before that, but like
Oh,
I
yes.
kind of fangirled over his builds, and he was in there, and he's still to this day, like, now I'll send him work in progress photos. Like, what was Casey calling it? Accountability buddies. Like,
Okay.
when
All
I
right.
always want feedbacks now because I've become desiring it. So like I'll just send stuff to him, send stuff to Simon Liu, Martin Harris, because it's just good getting feedback. But I like would never reach out not knowing him. So it was great. Like I could just post stuff on the Discord and I'd get his live feedback, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. Ted, that jerk. That's one of the things I love about Ted. He's very, very chill.
He
But
is, but he gives great feedback, and he's a great
yeah,
builder, and I love his stuff. So
he's an amazing builder. But I would tease him that I was talking. We were getting excited about coming to Brickworld. I'm like, there are lots of people who I want to see, but there are some people I don't, like that jerk Ted Andes. Because if anyone knows Ted, they know how completely sarcastic that is. But a lot of people thought I was serious and like that I had a beef with Ted for
Ted
some
Andes.
reason. I'm like, nobody has a beef with Ted. That's like impossible.
You'd have
But it
to
was
probably
still
be like
funny.
one of the worst people in the world to get in a beef with Ted Andes.
Well, and I think some people think I am. I mean, that's kind of the issue, right? Let's see here. We've got some comments in the stream to go over here. Brick Orphanage asks if I'm going to Brick Cities next month. Yes, I am. I basically told Rob I will fill in whatever he has space for. So I plan to be there. It'll be as much or as little as he needs. Let's see here. And then there were a couple of notes here while you were telling your story. Reed in particular had one. If you know Reed, he builds something called Hope Castle.
Yep.
Where he puts on the names of cancer patients and survivors, as well as a memorial wall. He had a sister who passed away from stage 4, and his mother had breast cancer. She is a survivor. So they both have some touch to his big project that he does every year. Dursbricks comments that Simon's a stand-up guy. He offered to help me build my collab at like 2 a.m. during Brickworld. Simon is a very nice guy, no question. And he does like causes and he likes to help for sure.
He's just a genuinely awesome person. And,
And
you throw Lego in it and he's like, I'm there.
Frog pod somewhere, right?
Yeah, I have a frog pod.
Yeah.
It's kind
That
of
one up on my
underneath
trophy wall somewhere.
I have the frog pod next to a frog or one of his spaceships. So
yes.
It's up there.
Yep. Let's see here. Yes, we'll try our best to rope you in on Discord. Yeah, keep trying. It's just something I'm horrible at. Clever Pig says criminalization of serious causes is so gross. Totally agree. Walmart shouldn't be allowed to sell things, in my honest opinion. There.
There's no legal like regulation, unfortunately. So I mean, I wouldn't even say Walmart's the worst. Etsy and like Amazon, you just go and type breast cancer and you'll just get pink tchotchkes out of the wazoo.
And there's probably a large difference between capitalizing on it and, you're going to produce it anyway, and you produce a pink one and donate some proceeds to breast cancer, great. But if your whole goal is to just sell more and take advantage of people, that does feel really, really bad, for sure. And of course, as Meredith pointed out, there are obviously going to be, if you do put some research into it, if you want to put some research into it, there are certainly charities and research and whatever else that do more for actual research on the more serious side and less so on more of the promotion, putting up
Awareness.
putting up the awareness, putting out the commercials, suggesting that NFL players wear pink gloves, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Friday Night Brick says that I just hate your castle, or I just hate castles in general. But that is only
didn't you win like a bunch of castle awards and Brickworld Masters?
I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Some people say I hate castle. I've never said that. VMAX says he just got home from Fort Wayne. Was a good time. Sad I won't see anyone for 6 months. Well, you can still see us here, of course, every Sunday. And just as you may want to remember, you can always like and subscribe, see when we go live. Make sure you hit that. Meredith is saying she likes feedback. So you can certainly hit markup on Discord. And we'll show mocks up on the screen here, of course, and give you honest feedback as well, because that's part of what we love doing on the stream here. Let's see. Brick Orphanage says, I'll have my moon base set up at Brick Cities and we can talk then. Yeah, indeed we can. So I can see the standard and know what I have to build if I'm joining in here. I'm working on a Leo collab next year. It's going to be based on a good cause. And that's one of the biggest things I want to avoid. I want it to be authentic and to connect to the cause. Yeah.
Just find somebody who's in that community. I mean, it doesn't have to be a person suffering from that. It could be a caretaker, someone who unfortunately maybe lost somebody, but anyone in that community could probably tell you like what's needed.
Yeah. And of course, wanted Meredith to share her story. I, of course, have my own version of this, which we have talked about. So right before Brickworld 2015, my mom passed away from cancer. It was a neuroendocrine tumor, which was first displaying as liver cancer, but hers had already spread. And so they gave her 6 months to live, but it was only about 6 weeks. It was very quick after it was finally found. Took a long time to diagnose it, which was, part of the issue there. And so while she was going through and they were giving her this timeline, one of the things they tell you to do and I'm sure this is true for metastatic stage 4 folks as well, to find things to look forward to keep you out of depression and to, remind you that you still have a life to live, even if you have cancer. And so one of the things she wanted to look forward to doing was going to Brickworld. So she ended up not making it to that. That was one of the things I had really wanted to do. So I ended up building a spaceship shaped like a comma for her, which was one of her cancer symbols. A lot of folks going through cancer find meaning in certain things, and kind of the comma for her was the suggestion that, cancer and her inevitable death, because she knew it was not curable, was just a pause. And so that was kind of her symbol. And so I brought that to Brickworld. It was nominated for an award that year. Not a lot of people knew exactly what it was about.
I remember, was it red?
Yes.
Or dark red? Yes.
Yep.
I think I've seen a picture of it. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So the red Subi 428 ship. So lots of us have stories and connections to it. And I would say that was the first year Mark and I really bonded at Brickworld. He lost his dad not to cancer right before Brickworld 2012. So a lot of us have some sort of ties with losing a loved one or experiencing something like a cancer diagnosis right before Brickworld. I don't know why, but it seems to be a pretty constant thing for a lot of us. Let's see here. Brick gives you a yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Meredith, for your comment on making sure a cause is authentic. Well, as heavy as all that stuff was, this is Think Outside the Blocks. And what do we like to talk about? We also like to talk about our MOCs. And so we're going to do that. I haven't seen, but I know what Meredith is building. And we know what I've been working on, which is a stable. So we'll do my walk-up song here quick, and then we'll get into it. So here we go. We've reordered all these so they're easy to find. And because we've reordered them, now I can't find them. But here we go.
Who's this kicking it with a new mob? New mob. New mob. New mob. Yeah. Will we get a chunky match? Will we get computer tech? And orange spaceship so sleek? Does he hate castles this week? Does the new mech have a wicked team? Has the castle from last week been reshaped? Has he built 5 or 10? Welcomes the Cerberus Daddy Ben. Yeah! Jump to 5 Ben!
All right. Ooh, gotta switch these up.
Yes.
Normally I nail that. You can't see it while the video's playing, but normally I can get my camera in the right location. All right, so this is what I've been working on: the resting horses, aka the stable back here. We can ignore the white building in the back. But last week, for anyone who was here, we saw that I did not have any of the upper loft area built. I had just been working on the bottom, and I had a little bit of the hayloft started. But here it is on the hexagon, so it can join in with the rest of the castle. Here's kind of an idea of what it would look like together. Again, why Reed says I hate castle, I don't know. I'm working on one here. So this is what I've been working on. A couple of things that are maybe, it's hard to know doing research, like when things became popular. Like, did they have haylofts in the Middle Ages? I don't know. It's iconic for a barn though, so whatever, I'm putting it on. So I've got the hayloft with the little wench so that you can get the hay up there. We did the last week we kind of discovered on the fly a better way to get that horse armor piece up there to sort of show that this is the stable. Like, you couldn't tell because there are horses down there, but whatever. Built the dormers this week. And then there's a little side stair up on the side so you can get up there and do your farming work. The one thing I'll say about this, because my wife asked me this today, and I thought it was a very good question. She said, "Hey, you already brought that White Castle to Brickworld," which is true. "So are you even going to bring the stable to Brickworld?" And I said, "I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why I'm building it, quite honestly. I probably won't bring it to Brickworld. Might bring it to another show, but I've already brought the castle, so I probably won't. But it only took me a couple weeks, and it feels like kind of the evolution to the hexagons is that the whole idea is I can add to an existing MOC by building new modules. So why not do it?" So this is what I've been working on.
The hexagons give me a Settlers of Catan vibe.
Yes, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But I think that, the main appeal to them, of course, is, rearrange it however you want. And because it's not square, it all sort of looks like it's meant to look like that, even though you just kind of make it up on the spot as you want to. My daughter was down here looking at the stable, and she told me it needed a wishing well. And I said, well, I have a well module. It's just not specifically for this one. But, I can add the well module back in and kind of give an idea of, a more complete scene instead of just a single build.
I like it.
Couple of notes here. YoloX says, "So cool, Ben. It's like Minecraft Skyrim in there." A little bit. Let's see here. Just a Whiterun. I don't know if y'all play that game. I do not play Skyrim. I know it is kind of a Viking / snowy setting more so than anything else. But I know a lot of people have said it's something they love. Let's see here. Ben and I will hunt down the infamous Friday Night Bricks Z Cerberus troll show where I said I hated Castle. I don't think you need to look too hard. Just find the first time I was on there, and I teased you just a few times about that. And the White Castle can be overrun by ice bears at Brickworld. Okay. Anytime you want. The other thing that I've been working on a lot, and I'll get some other feedback here from you in a minute, is I have blame this on Brickworld to some extent for the World of Lights, and then blame this on Funhole, that clone Lego brand. I guess I don't even know if I should call them a clone Lego brand.
They're actually called Lumi now.
Yes, Lumi Bricks, but I can't stop calling them Funhole because the name's so terrible. It's
fantastic. They should have never changed.
No, they should never have. They never should have called it Funhole, but after they did, they can't change it. But because of good old Funhole / Lumi Bricks, I have to do lighting now. And so we'll flip that on here quick. So I got the light box in the back here. There we go. So
ooh, got the flicker light.
Yeah, a couple of lanterns down below, and then one up in the one up inside the stable as well. And then down here, I put some fun little horse things. I don't know why I put the net there, like in case you're going to catch the horse with a net. I don't know. But we got a couple of saddles. We got a guy willing to feed a horse with some carrots, because that's all horses eat, as far as I know. I don't know. I think they like apples too. And then the hayloft over here on the side. So what do you think, Meredith?
I love it, and I love the texture. And to me, it's like I see some castles, and there's just like it's so much texture. It's like kind of texture overrun, but I feel like this is a nice balance of texture. It's probably what I like most about it. And the tan with the white and the gray, it gives a good pop without being like over the top.
The white, I think, is kind of, I love using the white because you can get the off-color white in there, and you sort of are able to use these bricks that have fallen out of favor and use them for a good effect. So you guys see a couple of yellowed guys in here. It's more obvious on this one, where I got some aged white ones in there. Just gives it a lot more character, I think, and gives you an opportunity to use those white bricks that are more sun-kissed, I guess. VMAX says horses mostly eat hay, hence the hayloft. Yes, and I did put one of those in there, but you got to also give the horse a treat. So mostly hay, but you can have an apple every now and then. Can we get a shot of the interior with the room lights off? Ooh. Turning my room lights off is a little challenging, but I might be able to do it. Hold on. We'll flip this around. Even when I turn off the room lights, there's still going to be light from my camera up here, but we can do that here. I did install an app that in theory is still on here that'll let me turn off my lights. Let's see if that works quick. And if it doesn't, then I'll actually go flip the switch, but that seems like a lot of work. Oh, man. I'm not user nothing. Come on. This is the problem with smart devices. Of course, the company that makes you register your usernames probably in China. They're probably stealing all your data. But, if you want to be able to use the smart device, you got to do it. Okay, I'm going to have to turn off the lights. Here we go. All right, there we go. So I still have my own personal light on here, but there we have it. This light's, of course, it blows out real bad on the camera, but kind of gives you an idea of what we're looking at here. And sort of a more subtle effect through the upper windows with the lights on this. So it's actually in person, this light, which seems super obnoxious on the stream, is actually really pleasant. So there's also lights up in the big castle. So hopefully the batteries are still good on this. There we go. So we can see over there. And so they're the ones on the castle. So kind of a nice little scene there with kind of the stained glass looking windows. And the lights coming through. Same thing with these. These look like super obnoxious on the camera. They're all blown out, but in actual real life, they're very pleasant. So, Meredith, you're on mute. How'd that happen?
Oh, it was because my dog was barking. I was saying it looks pretty cozy to me. I'd go in there and have a cup of ale or something.
Yeah,
I'll go with a horse.
Go join in with the horse. Have some fun in them there. I like the glow coming out into the garden. Yeah, kind of a nice little glow. Brick Orphanage a fan. Hey, wiretap. Dim the lights. Yeah, that's how I should have been saying it. Yeah, I think I got the light bulbs at Costco. And, are they made in America? I don't know. Probably not. The roofs. I think multiple roofs are roofs, but they're amazing. So thank you, Jazzy. Jazzy's here. I can't miss Jazzy. All right. Well, we're almost an hour in, so we're going to look at Meredith's build. But before we look at that, we've got to walk her up. We don't have a walk-up song for Meredith, so we're going to play a different song. And let's see what we can go with here. I don't want to go with Mark's, but I do want to go with something on the shorter side here. So, all right, I know which one we're going to go with. I know that you've built a character, and that's what you're going to show us. So here's an ode to one of our other favorite characters to walk Meredith up. Here we go.
A new Lego set, can't wait to see. Oh, it's peely bomb, okay, what could it be? Half banana, half bone. It's a bonkers sight. Be it stupid or cute, it just doesn't seem right. Guts, oh, what it's like to behold. Little brown splatters, stories untold. Is it a bruised banana or something else? How did Peely Bone end up on the shelves? A banana with a skeleton, what's the deal? A mashup too wild to find the appeal. He's not a doorbell, don't say ding dong. Every part of Peely Bone is just plain wrong. Don't say ding dong, don't say ding dong. Just plain wrong, just plain wrong. Don't say ding dong, don't say ding dong. Every part of Peely Bone is just plain wrong.
All right, we got a little Peely Bone there. Why wouldn't we? Though I know that what you're building's not Peely Bone. It is something far more popular right now. So let's get into it. What are you building for us, Meredith?
So I already built, God, I can't remember their names now. Mira, but I'm not 100% happy with her. But now I am working on Rumi. And yes, that's a Lego rubber band. I'm thinking the problem is that because if I don't have something securing the braid, I think I'm going to go get one of the 3-leaf pieces that's in purple. I have them somewhere buried and use that just to pin it back. Because otherwise this thing just wants to come apart with the braid.
Yeah.
So here's all I got done so far, but it's the K-pop Demon Hunters. We have to have our midriff sewing, so I'm working on the midriff right now.
Okay. Important.
But yes. This figuring out how to stick the braid in there was what took me the longest. I've actually used, if this doesn't fall off, I actually used pneumatic tubing to string them all up there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way I could figure out a good way to do it. But it makes her braid look cool.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Because I couldn't figure out any other way to do a braid like that other than that.
Yeah, where does that lavender rope piece come from? You've got all of them there.
A Trolls set.
A Trolls set.
Trolls set.
So
I actually had to steal. I didn't have quite enough. I ordered some, but they didn't have enough, and I stole it off the Trolls set too.
Oh, all right. So. I don't think I own a single Troll set intentionally. Let's see here. Clever Pig loves the braid. Brick Orphanage as well. Cool use of the wire/vine piece. Same thing for VMAC. So everybody's loving the braids. I noticed that your previous mock we showed at Brickworld, there was no face on the character.
Yeah, I get lazy
as well. So is that going to be kind of the theme for this one as well, or?
Yeah, it would be nice to do faces, but I just feel like if you add too many variables, you're going to lose out on something. Whether it's design or, you know what I'm saying? When you just have too much going on, it turns into an engineering nightmare. And I don't again, people can recognize them from so far away. So it's just, to me, it's easier just to kind of have a very blankish face. And her head just fell off. Because yeah, when you start trying to have the anatomical faces, it gets hard. And then if you want to make the hair look good, suddenly you're snotting the front, doing a bunch of techniques in the front, and there's nothing left on the head,
Right.
the back of the head to make the hair look good. So that's at least the conclusion I came to for this. Maybe when I get better in a few years, I'll start doing more faces, but I also don't really want to do kind of more of the mini lander faces that are just kind of very basic. I'd want to, unfortunately, because I'm just like that, I'd want to kind of try to at least get some sort of proportions into it, so it looks not like a caricature, more like a face. But
Yeah.
next time maybe.
Yeah. I mean, you can always stick Wednesday's face on there, but bleh, right?
Yes.
Here's Ben the mini lander here, like you were talking about. So we'll switch here. Here's me as the mini lander. So yeah, this is kind of what you end up with the mini landers, is this very, very boring, oh, he's got a beard and glasses, and that's really all you need to know type design when you do it that way. So I don't know. Blank face is just as good as this face for sure. But
It's just, I feel like you gotta pick and choose, your battles, so to speak, when you're building, especially when you're having to build so many sides so complexly. And I pick my battle of, I'm not gonna go head in on the faces.
yeah. So you've got 1 and I would say a third of the Demon
Yes.
Hunters done.
Yes.
Are they gonna have a stage or something fun to
No, I'm
Recording
going
on?
up to Bricks in the Six for, was it November? And I've learned my lesson that when you fly, small things are good. So it's just going to be the figures. And then Simon's like, oh, you got to bring your Frogist frog. So I made 2 frogs for Frogist. So I'll be bringing the Frogist frogs.
So we've got one adorable frog there with a nice little
Little
lily
sundress.
patty sunny dress thing. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it things that can go in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Because if you try to do anything bigger, like I made a case for a mock and I took it to Brick Slopes and got beaten to hell, and I spent several hours being miserable trying to fix everything. So
Yeah.
I not be miserable and see people that I've come to visit.
Bricks in the Six is up in Toronto.
Yep.
So anyone wants to go there, I think it's easier to travel to Canada, and then if you're an American, come back. It's a little trickier right now to be Canadian traveling in the US for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jesse gives us a hey yo. So hi.
The last time I went to Canada was in Vancouver, and they have the US customs in the airport if you're flying to the US, and you do customs there, and when you fly in, you're released domestically.
Yeah, well, that's nice. So yeah, that's a good thing if you're being able to do that. Let's see
Yeah, well,
here.
as I said, Simon and a few other folks from Toronto have been coming down to Atlanta BrickCon, so I kind of want to, go visit their show and pay it back. So
Right. Yeah, it'd be nice. I really struggle being able to travel to other shows because I have like the need to bring something big. So I'm like, it has to be within driving distance, and I don't want to go more than 7 hours. And even for me, Brickworld outside of Chicago, everything else I have to drive around the bottom of Lake Michigan to get to. So basically, I'm like, if you're east of Lake Michigan, like I'm out. I can't do it. So it's kind of the problem there. Bricks in the Six is a cool show. Lots of activities for AFOLs like Brickworld, says Brick Orphanage. Clever Big says, I came to the States this year and I was fine. Everyone just apologized to me for the current administration when they discovered I was Canadian. Well, I've sort of heard a mix. Maybe it depends on which border guards you get, or if you're coming to the Midwest versus
New York
other
or
places,
something else, yeah.
New York or Seattle or whatever. But yes, it's a little less friendly than it has been in the past, I guess. That's what we can say about that. So let's see here. I can drive to Nebraska for Brick Days Omaha. When is that? When is Nebraska Brick Days? Let me know, Reed. I'm pretty sure they haven't invited me. I'm sure I need to look into it, but I just haven't. Let's see here. Brick Orphanage says, plus lots of great builders who travel and work hard to recruit great builders go to Bricks and the Six. So that's good to know. So it's a good traveling show, and maybe Canada's finest. I don't know. I haven't heard of any other Canadian shows. They might have some.
Isn't Brickcan over on the West Coast, I thought
Okay.
was the other big. And then there was oh God, I was talking to him. I can't remember his name. Unfortunately, this is what happens with chemo brain. My memory is like an 80-year-old lady. Simon introduced us. He's at Brickworld. He's, I think, from Halifax, and like he put on a show because I think Beyond the Brick was there. So
Okay.
it looked like a successful show. They had cool builds.
Well, and as most people are aware, pretty much everybody who lives in Canada lives just north of the U.S. border. So all of their major cities are close
Yes.
to the United States. So if you live in one of their northern states, you can find your way to Canada without too much difficulty. Flying there is probably not a super long flight either. But as Meredith says, you have to know how to travel with Brick if you're flying into a show.
Ziploc bags.
So-
You don't want you want MOCs that fit in Ziploc bags that are not big that you could put together. But luckily, I live in Atlanta, so I can go anywhere direct, which is nice.
Yeah, you live in a hub city.
Yes.
I live in a fairly large hub city, Minneapolis, St. Paul, also fairly large. So you can get to a lot of places. We're nowadays a Delta hub. We used to be Northwest before they went out of business. Let's see here. BMAX says, we're having a display October 25th. Ben, you should come. October 25th, where? BMAC. Plus, that's, that's 13 days away. I'm not sure I'll make it to that. April 23rd through 26th is when Brick Days Nebraska is. Probably didn't go there because that was usually around the same time as Brickworld Milwaukee was before that stopped being produced, and I would always go there instead. That was the other Brickworld show I could make it to. So who knows? Now they do a Brick Convention, does a show here in cities on that weekend. So who knows? Maybe I'll make it to another show someday. Maybe not. I don't know. Well, let's get to the next exciting topic. And that's the return of the Caped Crusader. That's right. We actually have a little Lego news. Not a lot, but a little Lego news this week. And so let's get into that here. And I did, by the way, I was very interested based on Jazzy's comment for the plural of roof. And it is, in fact, roofs. ROOFS. So, in case anyone...
English language is terrible.
It's very terrible, to say the least. But it is, in fact, roofs. Let's see here. We've got ACOB in the building giving us a evening. All right, John, you're probably excited about Batman, but if you're not, we are, because that's what we're talking about here. There was a other announcement, which doesn't affect us so much. Maybe a few of our Australian viewers will be excited by this. But we had this little thing that they're doing. They have a gift with purchase Australian exclusive, which might be.
I saw this on Jay's Brick blog, and it's like, oh, they're cute. And then you look at how much you have to spend.
Yeah. And you have to be in Australia to do it. Apparently, Ryan McNaught, he's a certified Lego professional. He has 4 series here. It's a koala, a lion, a sea turtle, and a kiwi. They all have names that start with the alliterative letters there. So Kubu, Luro, Tama, and Koi, the kiwi. And here they are. They're launching 1 week apart, but you have to spend $2.99 Australian or more. The Australian dollar is a little weaker than the US, but not by a lot. So I'm guessing you're still talking, $225 or something US just to get these things. So again, you have to be in Australia. So I don't know if there'll be a big surge for people somehow trying to get those here in the US. but they are in store and online, and they do have a little thing on the bottom. Let's see, we're scrolling down to it here. No one lose their lunch, please, here. With this little certified professional logo, which is, I don't know, exciting for some people. No idea. Let's see. Clever Pig says, aren't those all glued together in 300?
I was going to say, you have to read the article and it says they come glued.
Yeah, who wants that? But there you go. So you can read the rest of it there, but this is the gift with purchase. Apparently Ryan doesn't want you to mess with his artwork. I don't know.
The kiwi is adorable, but I mean, I don't think there's anything in there that's extremely exclusive to those sets.
Yeah, I don't see anything too crazy in any of these.
Other than the Brickman certified professional Lego artist.
All right, whatever, buddy. Yeah, and I was about to say, how did they get that in there? Well, they probably glued it in there. It's probably why it comes all glued. It's just that stupid thing in there.
They don't make a 2x4 inverted tile.
Yeah, I mean, and there could be some snot trickery going on that we just don't know about, but could just be glued in there. We don't know. Lion's cute. They're all cute.
I love the kiwi.
Yeah, let's see if we can get to that kiwi. Do they even have a good one of the kiwi, or just that one? Disappointing. All right, lion, koala.
Nope. No love for the kiwi.
No love for the kiwi. And he's, of course, the cutest and funniest of all of them. Little kiwi.
I mean, it might be because the it's technically from New Zealand, not Australia.
Yeah, could be. And do they have lions in Australia?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Do they have lions in Australia?
Probably not. But what do I know? Just at the zoo, I suppose, right?
Just at the zoo.
So that was out there, but of course. Actual Lego news is 1, 2, 3, 4 Batman sets. 3 of them are $30 Batmobiles that were revealed this week. The first one they have up, though, is the Batman logo. It is $80 for 678 pieces. It is a basic-looking Batman logo with a bunch of greebles on it. They only have 3 pictures, no lifestyle shots. They must have known we were going to make fun of them if they put lifestyle shots out here.
What I want to know, does it fit in the shadow box? If you have the Lego Batman, can you put that in there?
Good question. It comes with a gold Batman. So, I mean, that's something. I don't know. Gray stand, gold Batman. And it says 20 years of Batman, which gives you a suggestion for when Batman started, but that's in our quiz later. Maybe it's a little misleading. So we'll get to that here. But there it is.
I really wish they made the Batman. What did they do with the Vader? It was like a dark chrome. The Vader that they made chrome, and they made it like a black chrome.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I've taken a look at the Greebles itself to see if there's anything really ingenious in here. And I do see some things that are fun. Easter eggs. We've got, lots of batarangs. We've got handcuffs. We've got a whip. We've got a Riddler hat. We've got penguin and umbrella. We've got bat grapples. So lots of fun little Easter eggs inside the Greebles. But I don't know, man. It seems like price creep is hitting this one too. $80 for only 678 pieces. VMAX full price Jones on this though. He's liking it. I'd say in terms of like the logo art things they've done, it's pretty good. I'm just not sure I'd pay $80 for it.
It's not for me, but I mean, I think it's cute that they greebled it. Again, I just, you think of the Lego movie, Batman doesn't work in gold.
It's only black and very, very dark
gray.
Dark
gray, and they could have done like that dark chrome, although I know they don't like the chrome things anymore. Or they could have done the
the dark
the pearl, gunmetal pearl or something.
Yep.
It's just
pearl dark gray color.
Yeah.
Titanium, I believe they call it.
Titanium.
Yeah.
It's just the Batman. It just makes me think of the gold ones they did for Ninjago and the gold ones they did with Harry Potter. And it just, I don't know, it doesn't feel as special. It doesn't feel Batman special.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think this is the only one that has the anniversary Batman in it. The other ones I don't think do. But we'll get a look at those here in a minute. And they are coming out with some more special Ninjago figures as well. They've only teased them in black silhouettes. But it's another banner year for Ninjago, and we're going to get some more.
It's like, what did Yogurt always say? Will we ever meet again? We will in Spaceballs 2, the quest for more money.
Yeah, and that's coming out too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's
Make
a video.
More collectible Ninjago things for the collectors to have.
Ooh, that spins. Ooh, it's got a bad butt, everybody.
It's got the
I know
Homer
everyone was
Simpson.
curious. Bad butt. There it is.
It's the Homer Simpson meme where he's taping all of his fat behind his back.
Yeah. With the clothespins and whatever else, so he looks buff. Yeah, it's another death slice here in terms of having a bad butt. But I don't know. I guess this one bothers me less based on the size than, as compared to the death slice, which was, $1,000 freaking dollars and has a terrible backside. But there's the first one. Yep. Brick Orphanage reminds us someone forgot to tell us Batman only builds in black. Though we'll have a look at some of the Batman movie sets later, and they did have a couple other colors on those builds. I believe red and yellow were also popular. Okay. They also have a ridiculous number of Nike launches in clothing, but we won't have to talk about those here. All right, let's open up the triple Batmobiles here. We'll start with this first one. No, I don't need to tell you anything. Okay, this is shipping March 1st, 2026. This is a Batman versus Superman Batmobile. I do and should have recognized it based on the armor that he's wearing here. But here's
this is a Ben Affleck one.
This is the Ben Affleck one, yep. So this is Ben Affleck, the Ben Affleck version. It was sort of a cross between the classic Batmobile and the Tumbler, which is kind of what I think they were going for here.
I think it's a cool car.
It's a cool look, but it's $30, only 220 pieces. Look, it features Batman, and you can tell if you look down here, this does look like the Ben Affleck Batman. He's got the dimple in the chin, the whole 9 yards there. So we'll see if the other ones resemble the character who played them as we go on here. You can also get in the Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, you can get an in-game Batmobile gold variable. How about that? They're doing one of the video game tie-ins.
But it's the Batman doesn't build in gold.
Super gold too. Look at that thing.
I mean, how would he go be stealthy in that thing?
Yeah. This is in the Legendary Batmobile collection, in case you were curious.
Oh.
But yeah, that's a little showy for Batman. That's not to say some of his other Batmobiles aren't a little showy, but at least they were black mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one very gold up in there. So I don't know. This one's okay. A little curious why maybe it was this titanium gray color, this dark bluish gray color in the movie. I don't really remember. But who knows? Okay, well, let's take a look at the next Batmobile. This one's from The Batman. So this is the Batman Batmobile.
I'm terrible. I've not watched the Batman with the Hufflepuff.
Yes.
Sparkly vampire.
Yes, the sparkly vampire. Yes. So we will see it on the box shot. We'll judge whether or not you can tell it's the Batman featuring Hufflepuff Man, whose name now none of us remember. Edward.
I remember him as a Hufflepuff. Yes.
Pattinson.
I remember him as a Hufflepuff, and then my daughter finally watched Twilight, and she's like, "Wait a second, isn't that the Hufflepuff kid who died in, what was it, the fourth one? I can't remember." I'm like, yep. To me, I feel like this is like they took the Dom's Charger
Yep.
They turned it into a Batmobile.
It's very much what it is. They did a Technic version of this. They did a Lego version of this. They all are very muscle car-y. But again, it's another $30 set, and it's what? This one's 330 pieces. So at least you're getting your 10-cent price to part ratio, though it doesn't look like it's 330 pieces. The last one was only 200 something. But there we got him down here. It does indeed look like the I think is it Robert Pattinson?
Robert, yeah.
Okay.
I see that frowning Hufflepuff.
Yes, you can see
face
his mopey face. You can see his mopey face down there. And of course, the figure's name is, of course, Batman. So this is the Batman Batmobile. So the last one was the Batman versus Superman Batmobile. Now we have the Batman Batmobile. So yeah, if you like black and you like Batman, here you go. Same thing. You can get yourself an in-game Batman Batmobile Gold variant. So
don't see how that's going to work on the mean streets of Gotham, but you know.
Yeah. Who knows? But yeah, there we have it. I'll tell you right now, I think if they actually had a chromed out gold version, I might buy that set just for the gold parts. This one, it's very black. I've got a lot of black. So, I don't know. All right, and then we've got our final Batman Batmobile. This is from Batman and Robin, apparently.
To me, it's kind of so cheesy. That movie was so cheesy, but they captured the vibe of how cheesy it was so well.
Yeah, this one looks like it's got a decent number of stickers on it. Maybe I'll hear they're all prints. I don't know. Yeah, look at those hubcaps.
Yeah, those hubcaps.
This is by far the ugliest Batmobile in the group. And yeah, didn't they have like the electric neon wiring and all this other nonsense?
It was peak Jerry Bruckheimer.
Like gray up the sides. And so there he is right there. That looks like George Clooney. So this is the George Clooney variant. I think lots of people were concerned, of course, the most famous aspect of the Batman and Robin batsuit is they added nipples to it. Like that was a big thing. And I think a lot of people have already commented the minifigure doesn't have nipples. So everyone's disappointed. But yeah, clearly the ugliest of the Batmobiles. All right, here. 272 pieces, again, $30. And I'll bet you anything that there's a gold in-game variant if you buy this.
There better be.
There it is. So there you have it. Actually looks significantly better in gold than it does in black. So, yeah, pretty dang ugly. I don't even know what to say about this one other than that.
I just was like, they put out the animated Batman animated series one this past year, right? In that kind of like $30-$40 range and stuff like that. And then they had, I have it somewhere, the cheesy Adam West one. It's like, are they like scraping the bottom of the barrel now for more Batmobiles?
Which ones didn't we do?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I think they've definitely done the Batman Batmobile before. I think they've done the Batman v Superman as well. Like this feels like the only one maybe they haven't done, and maybe there was a reason for that. They're like, oh, let's hide its terribleness by producing two other $30 Batmobiles. Super disappointed though that we don't have any lifestyle shots to make fun of.
No lifestyle shots.
Yeah.
I think maybe they know how silly it is, or at least that one, at least.
I feel like we should be able to get an entire shelf of some guy who looks like Robert Pattinson frowning at his Lego Batmobiles all up on a shelf. Yeah, so there we have it. That's our most exciting Lego news. There was one other Lego news bit that we can take a look at, which is this Disney 40774 classic animation scene gift with purchase.
That's cute.
Yeah,
the TV is adorable.
It's very adorable. Looks like you can add in different scenes. So they have a Toy Story one with a Woody figure and a Lion King one with a little Simba. In terms of when you can get it, It is anytime after October 13th. That's when the current Lego sales end. That would be tomorrow. And then after that, you can get it when you... No purchase threshold yet, but if we extrapolate the Disney Store threshold of 130, it should translate to about 130 US. That's the guess. So they're currently part of a gift with purchase on Disney. Now they'll shift over to Lego. The guess is 130 is probably when you'll be getting something like this.
My only comment is I don't consider, and this is not because I don't like Pixar, I love Pixar, but if they're trying to do like the classic animation, like at least like, you know, the people, I'm pretty sure you're the similar age where you had like the really chunky VHS Disney animated classic series. I can see Lion King, but like I guess Toy Story, that was a little after. I'd imagine them do like, you know, stuff from the Renaissance, like the Disney Renaissance, and then maybe like something classic like Snow White or Cinderella or something. It's just Lion King and Toy Story is not what I think of for classic classic Disney animation.
Yeah, Lion King maybe. I mean, it's had a Broadway show, it's had a live action show, it had several spin-offs.
And it was part of the Renaissance.
Yeah.
As the Disney people call it.
Maybe Toy Story less so. I guess if they were like, hey, let's shoot for something classic, then maybe you'd go with one of your first ones, so Snow White or Cinderella. And then if you wanted to go with your, you know, big ticket, high grosser, Toy Story, I guess, is a decent choice. Frozen would have been another one. Yeah. That one's not Pixar, so you could have done that one. I don't know.
It just feels weird because they didn't own Pixar when Toy Story 1 came out. So it's like, but was it really Disney?
Yeah. Pixar's had an interesting history of getting passed around two of the giant companies. So there we go.
I like the Disney. I love that logo though. That they did a good job on that.
Yeah, the Cinderella Castle one.
Yeah.
And the shooting star.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you happen to be ready to spend $130-ish, maybe wait until after tomorrow and you can potentially pick this one up. We don't know the threshold yet. We're just guessing it's 130. But I guess we'll see. So that's the Toy Story one. VMAC had a comment a little late here about all of the Batman stuff, saying these being out of scale with the Batman Forever one is frustrating. You might be right. That Batman Forever one just came out. It was $100, not $30 though. So I mean, that kind of right away there is maybe the biggest reason that you shouldn't expect them to be at the same level in terms of detail and everything else.
The chibification or shrinkflation.
Yeah, the chibiness. I just typed in Bateman, which reminds me of that Jason Bateman commercial that he's doing where you needed Batman, but you got Bateman.
Oh, I love I guess people on Reddit, like some guy found a Lego Batman fig and the ears had fallen off and they called it just Man. Lego Man, not
Lego Man.
Yeah.
There you go. Here's this Batman Forever one that VMAC was mentioning. This one's on sale now, $100. About 900 pieces, 909 pieces. This is one of the cooler looking Batmobiles in a certain sense. I prefer the 89 one still. And not just because it's the, you know, some people are always, oh, the original. I want the old original 1960s Bat car. It's the first one. I don't need it to be the first one. I just need it to look the coolest. And for me, that's the 89 one. But this one's a close second. I like the look of this one too. There you go. The blue flame animated on there. But the rocket booster on the back looks pretty good. I like the big fin. I like the blue. So it's $100. I have a feeling this will eventually hit sale. I might buy it when it's $70. But a little expensive at $100 for me. But still a nice looking model.
See, when it's $100, it gets those lifestyle shots.
Yeah, maybe that's what it takes. You can't, if you're over $50, you get a lifestyle shot. I don't know. But there we have it. Okay, what we were originally going to do, here we go. No Robin. No nipples, 0 out of 10 Batman and Robin car. There you go, Alphonse. Exactly. How can you have a Batman and Robin set with no Robin?
That is the question.
It's a very good question. Okay, region versus region, we'll skip a minute because we're already talking about Batman. We'll go into the revealing Batman stuff here. This is what I had. I took a look on Bricklink because I said 3 new Batmobiles. How many fire truck and Batmobiles have we already had? And now I know it's a lot. So we created this, or I created this, called Revealing Batman. I always have to make ChatGPT get me a logo like this, because if I don't, then VMAC complains when it's just text. So here we go. We're going to ask some questions about Batman. There's an A, B, C, and D answer in the chat, of course. You can shout out which ones you think are right. It's a very easy to cheat. All you have to do is go to Briglink, but I would prefer you don't cheat, cheaters, and you actually try to guess on some of this. But let's take a look at this. Batman by the numbers. Let's see if Meredith has any sense of the scale of Batman here. I was surprised. I'm sure you will be as well. So here's the first one. According to Bricklink, in what year did Batman debut? Keeping in mind that we know that Batman Bat logo is supposed to be the 20-year anniversary. So was it 2003, 2004, 2006?
I'm gonna see how badly the logo lied and say C.
C, 2006. Well, it is. The logo's not supposed to come out until March of 2026.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying let's see how bad it
years. So, the first year of Lego Batman 2, it was interesting because when you go on Bricklink and you go to the catalog to look at the sets, this is the first one it shows for the year that this came out, and it only shows this one. BMAX says C, Friday Night says B. Alphonse is guessing 2004. So we got a couple 2006s and one 2004. All right, so when you go to browse the catalog and you type in keyword Batman, because, what else would you type in for this? And then you sort everything by year. This is what it shows you. Go. It only shows you 2 sets released in the first year, which is incorrect. And so here we'll show it. Remove, add. So it only shows the Batman Dragster versus Catwoman Pursuit.
2004.
Jesse says B for Batman. But you can see it was 2006 was actually the year that it says it was released. But here we have Batman and the Catwoman motorcycle. Sort of the first big set. But this is incorrect because if you actually click on Batman 1, which is what this is titled, you'll see there were several sets released in 2006, including a Bat tank. So in case you didn't know, you needed a Bat tank. You have one. There was a Robin submarine versus a Penguin submarine, I guess. There was a Bat boat versus Killer Croc. There was a Harley Quinn car and a Bat cycle. Because, of course, there was. They did have the Ultimate Collector's Edition Batmobile. Not as good as the 1989 one that came out later, but here they had one. And they also had a Tumbler. This one was in 2008, though. And they did have a Bat wing. They had a Batcopter, of course, because Batman has a Batcopter. Where's the Bat wing? I know they had it because I saw it. They had a oh, here it is. Batman versus Joker aerial assault. So they do have a Batwing as well. This is also the first year they had an Arkham Asylum. We'll get into how many of those we've had later. The Bricklink prices on this are insane. If you want to buy this 2006 Arkham Asylum, right now, the price guide. A new one is $814.
Jeez.
A used one is $460. And is this a good set? Let's take
Not
a look.
really.
No, of course it's not. It's kind of
But-
terrible.
Was that the Nightwing? He has the what's it called? Exoforce hair.
Mm.
The Exoforce anime hair. I love those hair pieces.
So here are pictures for this one. They had a Scarecrow. Yeah, I mean, it's not a good set, but $700, $800 for one of these now. So let's see here. We'll move off of this and back to our Batman check here. All right, so if I search on Bricklink for Batman, just in general, how many sets does Bricklink say Batman has right now? Keep in mind that the 4 new ones aren't going to be out there yet. Also keep in mind that if you have a CMF line, it puts in each CMF as a set, and then it puts in the full box as a set. But with that said, does Bricklink say there are 223 Batman sets, 259 Batman sets, 287 Batman sets, or 301 Batman sets?
I'm going to go with the limit. I'm going to go with 301 because, again, they had 2 CMF lines.
They did.
So
Jesse
and it
goes
was,
with D.
yeah.
This one here, Mills, that's my son. He's guessing C, 287. VMAC goes with D, 301. This is really interesting because when I pulled these numbers this morning, they were different than they are now, but by only 1. So we'll get to that in a second. This Batmobile here was a gift with purchase. I think if you bought the 1989 Batmobile. So this is a smaller version of that. It was a very, very, very cool special edition set. Mine's still in box. It's probably worth some stupid amount of money too. But let's see. And then we'll get to what this thing actually costs here in a second. Batmobile's one word. For all of you who don't know, as is Batcycle. Batwing. Okay. So this version of the Batmobile, the special edition one, limited edition, sorry. Price guide actually not that crazy. You can buy one of these, even though it was a GWP way back in the day, for about 120 new now. So it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah. Nice set. It's only 366 parts though, so paying 30 cents a part. So not wonderful. But the correct answer now, according to Bricklink today, is 260.
Ooh.
I said 259. So this morning was 259 and they added a set today. I don't know.
I overgunned it.
Yeah. So hard to know how many sets you're getting into. But at 260 sets, think about that. How many Batman minifigures are there? So this includes villains, henchmen, and the CMFs. So you see it here, I've got Polka Dot Man, as well as one of our CMFs. This is like Bat Majesto or something. I don't even know what they called him. But how many minifigures do we think Batman has?
I'm gonna lean C because doing the quick math, you know, if they have at least, if we're averaging 2 figs in a set, then that's roughly, 520. And then you throw in some, although that would include the CMFs.
Right. They only have 1 a shot in CMFs, and there are probably a couple of dupe Batmans. 2006, we had, 3 Batmans or something. Who knows?
I'm going to go back. I'm going to do B. I think I was over. Yep, 516.
Jesse's going with the big dog. He says 641. Ray goes with 602. Mills throws out a D as well. Then he changes it to C, 602. You guys, unfortunately, there are only 412. That seems really low considering that they think there are 260 sets. But you got to keep in mind, some of those sets are polybags.
Had repeats, yeah.
And some of them had repeats. So VMAC, of course, cheating. comes through with the A, and he is correct. They had some crazy figures in the CMF line. They had Batman, Tears of the Clown. They had Yellow Batman, Yellow Lantern Batman.
Didn't they have Mer Batman?
They did. Yep.
And like they had the like Barbarian Batman or like Cave Barbarian Batman.
They had so many cool Batmans.
Yeah.
They have Tiger Tuxedo Batman. Can't forget about him. They did have the Mer Batman.
The Barbarian one, the Caveman.
They have Spacesuit Batman because they had a bat rocket.
One of my friend's sons had the whole, like it had its own like truck that it came in and it opened up and you would launch it.
Yeah. They did have some of these there. So there was a Batman game when they were doing the whole game line for a couple of years. Lego Team B says only 412.
Only?
That's what it was. Let's see here. The Scotsman from the book is my favorite. So there's a Lego Batman Scotsman version, apparently. Okay, it's all well and good, to know how many Batman figures there are that are under the Batman umbrella. However, how many, according to me and Bricklink, I did an adjustment. How many Batman figures are there? Batman only, not the henchmen, not anything else. The CMFs count if they're a Batman CMF, but if it's Catman or the Joker, they don't count. So that's why I had to subtract some out, which is why we're going approximate. So of those 412 minifigures, approximately how many are just Batman? So
I'm thinking it has to be
111, 122.
I think it has to be at least a quarter of them. So I'll go with C.
C, approximately 111. Friday Night Brick says Tiger Tuxedo might have been in the Bat Pod Polybag. May have been. Yeah. Who knows? Miles goes with 122. So we're getting a couple guesses in there. See, I took Polka Dot Man out and just left this particular Batman. Batman, Wizard Batman. I don't know.
I'm still mad at the Lego Movie 2 set with was it Sparkle Batman? And he had the sparkle cape in the movie, but the figure is great, but it did not come with the sparkle cape.
Well, what the heck's up with that?
I mean, that we need the completed look.
That's just wrong. That shouldn't have even been allowed. They had there's Bachelor Batman.
Yeah, that's the romance one with him in the
does he have the Thermidor in that one or whatever?
No, he
appears in the Queen Whatever's Not So Evil Space Palace.
Yes, that's where we got the set used. And I was all excited because we were gonna get that Batman, which I thought was just epic. And it doesn't come with a sparkly cape.
Yeah. Disco Batman, he did have a gold cape for Disco Batman. Let's see here. No sparkles is a crime, insists Lego Team B. Friday Night Bricks also guesses C. The correct answer is, according to my count, approximately 111.
I finally got a right answer.
You did get one, yeah. So when I looked up Batman in the catalog, they had all of the Batman figures, but then they also had the CMF ones because they were listed as Batman movie CMF or whatever for their name. So I had to subtract those out. So there were 151 that came up in the catalog that way. So I counted 40 figures that had Batman in the name that weren't actually Batman. And that took it down to about 111 or so. So that's a pretty close approximation to the number of unique Batman figures there are out there in Lego. Let's see here. Disco Batman is my roller disco guy. Of course he is. What does Meredith win, Ben Riddler? She wins the opportunity to guess at the next question, which is this. According to Bricklink, how many Harley Quinn minifigures are there?
And we're going to count the mini dolls, right?
We are in this case, which is why I have her up here. So they did have their superhero girls subset that had Harley Quinn, Batgirl, a couple other ones. So they had a couple of variations of Harley Quinn as a mini doll, but as a mini figure, there are quite a few as well. So are there 16, 18, 22, or 24? Mills is going with C, 22.
I'm going. I feel like it's either A or B. Like there's a lot, but there's not that. I'm gonna go with B. 18.
B, 18. Let's see. Let's see if we get any other guesses in there. I like the one with the jumpsuit here. They had one in Apocalypseburg that was really cool as well. They don't really have the Margot Robbie version with a bunch of tattoos all over her face. Maybe that was just too much. But
was using. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find her. I was using her head for my sig fig for a very long time, but I cannot find them anymore. And it's from the Lego Batman movie, but from when she was going into Arkham Asylum as like a doctor. And she has the best. She has a big pair of glasses like mine. I can't find her. Oh no.
I think it's this one. So it's there's two of those. Nurse Harley Quinn came out in Batman Series 1. They also had a Series 2 version, slightly different. The Series 1 as a nurse.
I loved her face.
All right. Yeah, now they have a new one this year. In the most recent one, they have a new one in the new Arkham Asylum as well. So lots of Harley Quinns. Well, let's see here. VMAC goes with B. Super Hot goes with B. Friday Night Bricks goes with A. Al Goff goes with A. The correct answer is B, 18. You got 2 in a row.
2 in a row. I'm on a hot streak.
18 Harley Quinn minifigures. I don't know if she's second most behind Batman, but I figure she's probably up there since she had her own kind of mini spin-off. Yeah, no, there's a lot of Jokers as well. I just looked it up. There are, according to this, 37 unique Joker minifigures.
That I can believe.
Yeah. There are a lot of them, including 2 Duplo ones. So, in case anyone was curious. So 37 Jokers. All right, let's see here. Okay, here's the big question. How many Batmobiles do we have in Lego? This does not include Tumbler. We'll get to Tumbler in a minute. But this would just include sets with the name Batmobile in the title. It will include poly bags and foil packs and paper bags and all that stuff. So how many do we have?
I'm going to say 27. It can't be. I mean, I know it's Luke's land speeder levels, but I don't know if it's 30 to 32. So I'm going to go A.
All right, 27, 29, 30, or 32. Super goes with B. Miles says D, Bat. He goes with 32. And I will tell you that if you look this up straight up on Bricklink, there are 2 in there that are Batmobile tumblers. And I said we're taking out the tumblers.
Tumbler, yeah.
So you can't use the number on Bricklink as a 100% guarantee. Friday Night Bricks says 27. Al Goff says C, 30. Keep in mind there's going to be 3 more after March 1st. Rob Claxton also goes with C, 30. Well, you guys are all wrong. It's D, 32. There are 32 Batmobiles, it not including the Tumbler, out there in Lego right now, and there'll be 3 more in March.
Didn't think there was that many.
Yeah, 32. There are a number of poly bags, though.
Yeah.
But even so, they've got an app-controlled Batmobile. They have the Batman Forever Batmobile. They have 2 different 1989 Batmobiles. They have 2 different Batman Batmobiles. One Technic, one not Technic. They have 2 versions of the 1961 Batmobile. They have several versions of Batmobile in a chase.
Yeah, I was going to say there's probably a lot of the chase sets where it came with another vehicle, like a Joker car or something.
apparently there was also a Toys R Us exclusive build flying Batmobile. That one's almost hilarious if you look at it, because it just looks like a taxi cab with two black wings coming off the back of it. Here, I can even show it to you here.
Two black wings and a booster.
That's
and a
what it looks
jetpack
like.
booster.
I mean, can you really call that a Batmobile? I mean, they
I mean,
did. It's got a
That's
Bricklink
of a
entry.
car.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
terrible. But here's the 1981 or 1961 Batmobile here. One of the 32 variants of Batmobile that you can get in Lego.
I think this one's classic, and I love the figs. We have it somewhere.
This one is cute. I always liked that the Joker, the guy who played him was too lazy to shave his mustache. So they just painted white right over it. I would not buy the big full size 61 UCS one, but the little one I do like. I'm with you there. They did have a 4+ Batmobile. Take a look at this thing. So that's pretty wonderful. So there we go. Yeah.
4
pretty
parts. It looks like it has like 4 parts.
45 parts, according to this.
Oh,
Two
wow.
figures. Probably still cost $30, though.
Yep.
Because that's what it is for 4+. All right. So now that we're done with the Batmobile, let's go with the tumbler. How many tumbler sets are there? Does include polybags if there are any. Are there 6, 7, 8, or 10 tumblers?
There's been 2 UCS.
2 UCS.
There's been 2 play scale. Or is it 3 play scale? Because technically, didn't they make the one that was in the army colors?
They did make one of those. Miles says
Yeah.
7.
So that'd be up to 5. And then they had to make a couple of poly bags. So I'm gonna say it's B7.
7 for Meredith. Al says 6, which is A. Superhawks also goes A. Miles went B. Let's see here. All right. Any other guesses? There are 2 sets, if you type in Tumblr, that come up that are not the Batman Tumblr. So I'm removing those. So again, if you just type this into Bricklink, you won't quite get the right answer. Friday Night Bricks says 8. And the correct answer is indeed C, 8. There are 8
Off by
tumblers.
1. Off
Yeah,
by
you very good counting there. If you take a look here on Bricklink, you'll see that there's 2 UCS tumblers, as you mentioned. There's actually 3 versions play scale. 1, 2 polybags, and then that, as you talked about, the
camo
weird
one.
army colored one in the tumbler chase with the Batman jet. So there are 8 here, since the Primo Tumbler Walrus was not counted, nor was Titanium Ninja Tumbler. So those 2 out. So 8 different tumblers. Now, a more intriguing question is, according to Bricklink, how many tumbler gear items are there? So these aren't Batman sets, but if you just wanted the gear, so these are cup tumblers. How many do you think Lego's produced that they've categorized as a tumbler? This one you can't really guess, so I can just tell you. Unless
Yeah, I'd say 12 maybe.
12. Get a dozen of these bad boys. They've had lots of different versions. Lots of them have crazy straws somehow attached to them. There's a Friends tumbler. There's a Legend of Chima tumbler. Here's a very classic looking Bricklink tumbler. It's very nice. All kinds of tumblers out here. Let's see. Miles says there's 14. Superhawks guessing 14 as well. I reverse engineered the Camera tumbler and LDD in multiple colors, says Friday Night Bricks. Good for you, Friday Night Bricks. The correct answer is C. There are 16 cups that Lego has sold. I don't know if this one, if that actually has Lego pieces in the bottom of it. Like, so when you drink it, they like move around.
Yeah, it looks like it's the translucent cone pieces.
Yeah. And there's some fire in there too, it looks like. So I think that one, if you shake it around, actually would make noise. And it's got
Tumble.
It would tumble, yeah. Hence
Parts
the,
of the
hence the
tunnel.
name.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. What do we have next? All right, according to Bricklink, how many Bat Cave sets are there? Bat Cave. You will notice that there's a Duplo Bat Cave in here, so might want to
Obviously,
add
there's
that into your math.
There was the Shadow Box. There was the 1961 Bat Cave. I know there was a Bat Cave for the movie. So that's 3. The Duplo one before. I can't see it being more than 9.
There's the Duplo.
I'm gonna say 9. So that'd be
9.
A.
All right. Meredith's going with A.
I'm going
What
on the
else do we
low
have
end.
out there? This Batmobile Shadow Box, I would say based on the look here, I would say that the Shadow Box logo is bigger
Than
than
the
the $60 logo that we're getting now. There's a Batmobile in the Shadow Box that wasn't included in the, in the Batmobile count there, because that was just sets with Batmobile in the name. Friday Night Bricks is going with B11. Super Hawk's also going with B11. I will tell you now that I think there are 2 Duplo Bat Caves.
Ooh.
So that might give you some leg up, folks, on trying to guess. Meredith's absolutely right. The Shadow Box pictured here does have Bat Cave in the title. It's the Bat Cave Shadow Box. So that's definitely also included. I take that back. There are 3 Duplo Bat Caves.
Jeez,
Yeah, so the correct answer here is C, 13.
wow.
There
I
are
did not realize there was 13 of them.
13 of these bad boys. Yeah, look at this. So we've got the Bat Cave. We got Bat Cave.
That's
pretty
very,
weak.
very descriptive Bat Cave. In fact, I think I've seen that arch piece probably in bulk that I've sorted.
Yeah. So we've got the Bat Cave there. It's got a couple capes and a little one-piece Batmobile in the Duplo end there. Then
And
we
a
have
nice jail
the
cell.
Bat Cave. Here we've got, looks like Bane breaking in with some sort of drill truck. We have the Bat Cave break-in. This one I think is from the Lego movie, because we've got red in the Batmobiles there. Let's see here. Then we have 2 more Duplo Bat Caves, the Shadow Box. We have the Joker Bat Cave Attack. This somehow classified as a Bat Cave.
It has a jail cell.
Junior's one. Eh? It didn't, it's got a screen and a jail cell. That's all you need, apparently. We have a Batcave Clayface Invasion from 2019. Look at this thing. It's got like a Batmobile missile attack car here. I don't even know what that thing is. I don't think this was one of the most popular sets they ever produced. I don't know. We've got Batman Defend the Batcave. This is also a junior's one.
But, we have the jail cell, so we're functional Batcave.
Yep, we've got a jail cell and a screen. Those are your 2 requirements. We have Batcave Riddler Face Off. This was from the Batman movie, I believe. So that was that one. Then we had the 61 Batcave, as you mentioned, with the classic mobile and the Batcopter and the wallpaper 1x4
Those
bricks.
Yeah, those bricks are so cool.
And then we've got another Junior's Batman one. This is Superheroes Batman 2. Again, we have a screen and a jail cell. So it's a Batcave.
Fully functional. Fully functional.
And then here's the last one. The Batcave Penguin and Mr. Freeze Invasion, all the way from 2006. This was the first one.
Wow.
So, not bad. All right, here we go. So 13 Batcaves. Just crazy. How many Arkham Asylum sets have we had? I will tell you again, if you look this up on Bricklink, you'll have to do an adjustment because there's one entry in there that is just a figure. but have we had 4, 5, 6, or 7 Arkham Asylums? And we did discuss already that the first one they produced sells for $700, $700 to $800 new. Even though it's a terrible set.
I'm gonna go with 6.
6. This is the most recent one here, of course. Far better than the one from 2006, but you can buy this one new for $250 or whatever it is. $280, whatever it is. $700 for the crappy old one. So,
but you don't get the Exoforce hair.
Yeah, well, Jesse says there are 6 or 7. So he's going up there. C, Friday Night Bricks believes that there are 6 as well. Superhawk also goes with 6. You guys are all dreaming. Unfortunately, there are only 4 Arkham Asylums.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can have 13 Bat Caves, but only 4 Arkhams. So here was that first one we talked about. Sorry. Here it is. Cost you $800 to buy this one new. It had 3 buildings, spotlight with a old pirate blunderbuss musket for the guard's weapon. A little Arkham van here in this terrible gate. And this will cost you $800 now. Here was a second version from 2017. So this one maybe from the Batman movie, a little more popular. This is Batman movie, though, as opposed to something from a non-animated TV show. So that's the second one. Actually, I shouldn't say second one. This is the most recent one besides the brand new one. Here's the other one. This is the one I have from 2012, Arkham Asylum Breakout. So quite a bit better than the one from 2006. 8 minifigures on this one. So a decent little buy. So I still have this one around. Newest set's definitely the nicest. Is it worth the money? It's a different question, but only 4 Arkham Asylums. Here's the most recent one. With the 18 plus and the nice box and the plethora of figures, far more figures in this one than any of the other ones. So, all right. All right, so only 4 Arkhams. All right, we only have a couple left. This is the last one.
The bat wings. Oh, geez.
How many bat wings are there? Yes, indeed.
So I underestimated. I'm probably going to overshoot on this one.
There are definitely less bat wings than there are bat mobiles.
Yes. All I remember is I didn't get the UCS one, and I actually thought that was a really cool set. And they had all the promotional pictures or the lifestyle ones were like it was hanging on like a wall or something, I think.
Yeah, I mean, cool. I think one of the kind of attractive parts about the 89 Batwing is that when you hold it up, it makes the bat symbol.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with 9, so B.
All right, 9 for Meredith. What does anyone else think here? Superhawk. Jesse beat me to it. Jesse beat me to what? Aha, Zizu gets it. Gets what? Not sure. I only have the Asylum from the Batman movie, says Friday Night Bricks. Well, it's not the worst one, but it's not a great one either. Jesse's guessing 6, 7. Superhawk goes with B. I'll tell you right now that the Batwing is less popular in terms of polybags, but it does have a few polybags. Apparently it's a meme. Okay. Oh,
yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% in on it.
Never mind.
I'm not 100% in the meme, but I just say 6 and 7, my daughter, and she gets picked at me. So.
Yeah. I know you're supposed to do this too. I don't know.
Yes.
Friday Night Bricks says A7. Zizu gives an LOL. Brian's here now saying good morning. It's not morning. It's barely 9 o'clock. We're totally going to be under 3 hours this week, guys. General Tron Bricks is here. Late, but howdy, y'all. I'm glad you're here as well. Zizu's here too. All right, everybody. How many Batwing sets are there? Meredith, you went with what, 9?
Yeah, 9B.
All right. We're getting a few 6, 7s out there. We're getting a few 7s. The correct answer is 10.
Man,
So
I
just
am
barely
not doing
off.
well tonight.
Just barely off. Well, it's hard to judge. But here, I liked this one. This one was from the Batman movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
One of the reasons I was obsessed with this one was at the time I was doing classic space. You can imagine that all the yellow cockpits they were releasing then were like the classic space guys were loving it. This one had some cool features with the wings being able to move. Wasn't as insane as the ultimate Batmobile, but still very cool. So this is one from 2017. You can also see the 89 Batwing, which we were just talking about. And on the box as well, they're showing you hang it up and it looks like the bat symbol. So the Batman movie one was definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, I really liked that one. It was very, very VTOL-y. So it was like a VTOL version of the Batwing. Let's see here. So we had one Duplo Batwing as well, and 2 polybags. Not 3 polybags. There was a mini Batwing polybag for the Lego movie as well.
Aw.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
The wings are tipping there as opposed to rotating, but whatever. This one was from 2017 as well. 80 pieces. So very cute. Let's see. Here's Batwing versus Riddler Heist from 2019. That is an ugly, ugly, ugly Batwing, I will say. Not nearly as sleek as the first ones. And here's one from 2012. This was kind of a rehash of the very common thing with the Joker having some sort of helicopter and Batman having his Batwing.
Can't have a chase without 2 vehicles, so.
Right. Yeah. Let's see here. Zizu says, the Batwing has feelings. Don't be so mean to it. Well, I don't know what to tell you. This one doesn't look like a Batwing to me. This looks like would this thing even fly? This is like the Bumblebee question. Everyone's like, oh, they're too big with those wings to be able to take flight. Look at this thing. How's this thing flying? So I don't know. And here's the original 2006 version that they rehashed in 2012 with Batman, the Joker's aerial assault. So they were really creative. They completely rehashed this one in 2012. So there's the 2006 version. And here's the 2012 version. Super different.
I was going to say, I'm not seeing the difference other than some of the big
it's
differences.
Slightly different. Yeah. $360 for this old one, though. Price guide. Yeah, $396 if you have it in box. $400. How many different Lego Batarangs are there? That's a good question. Probably a lot. Colors or styles, Jesse? Maybe there's only one style, but several colors.
Yeah, they made pink and yellow and I think a purple.
They did have like a bag of accessory bat shapes that came out, I think, with the Batman movie. So they have that one too, which is probably slightly different, but yeah.
I'm just remembering because they had all the different. They had Batgirl in the pink outfit. They had Batgirl in the purple outfit, and I know they came with their own Batarangs that were colored that.
Looks like there are 7 different Batarangs. They have the very small, the Batarang with bars on end, the Batarang with the bar on the bottom, this Batarang, which is the Duplo version. They have the Batarangs that look like shields, and then here's the classic Batarang.
Yeah. Oh, they made it in blue.
Yeah, apparently. Came in blue and yellow and, of course, black. I know I've also seen it in, like, pearl silver. The blue Batarangs are my favorite. What colors? Yeah, let's look.
Yes, I think they made a pink one for the Batgirl outfit in pink.
So they come in black, blue, dark pink, yellow, and flat silver.
That makes sense.
Only one in dark pink, though, and it was with this Batgirl. So, Pink Power Batgirl. That's what she goes by here. So very cool there. Yeah, blue Batarangs, not the only color out there. Of course, mostly black.
Or dark gray.
Surprise. So there we go. That was Batman by the numbers. I think some very interesting things up there. Bonus questions? Oh yeah, we are just sort of going into bonus mode here, just making stuff up. We looked at the Batarang. Let's see what else. How many bat cycles do you think there have been?
Say somewhere in the mid-20s.
Mid-20s. There's only been 5 with the name bat cycle in them.
Apparently, I'm high or I'm low.
Yeah, they did have this one though. This one I liked. It was a Technic one.
Yep.
They had some wheel molds that were really nice in this. I think this one sold for relatively inexpensive, and I think I found some on clearance. So I think I like the black shocks on this among a couple of the other Technic bits in here. So they had a bat this. They also have all those. They also had several bat pods.
They had the one with the actual like buildable Batman riding it too, right?
Yeah, apparently bat pods. 2 words. Oh, it's bat dash pod. They've only really had 2, so they had this one, and then they had the one that you just mentioned with the buildable Batman riding it. Sorry, 2 words for bat pod bike. So this one I think is just going on clearance now.
Yep.
So my first sig fig was Batman torso with short sleeve arms. One of the 111 distinct Batmans out there. So there he is. Batman construction figure plus the bat pod bike. So not bad. All right, well, that's Batman by the numbers, everybody.
We should have gotten the bonus question of, are there more Batmobiles or Luke's land speeders?
It's a good question. I think
there's more land speeders.
I don't know. That's hard to say. I think we have more Batmobiles for sure.
Oh.
Let's find out. Of course, they have to have land speeder in the title.
Yes.
All right, land speeders. Well, there's a couple in here that aren't Luke's land speeder. But we've had quite a few advent calendar entries for the land speeders. There's a couple of city Star Wars ones. We've got a visitor here that we'll get to in a second here. But it looks like there's only been about 10 or 11 Luke's land speeders.
I'm just overinflating or underinflating everything.
Yeah, there are way, way, way more Batmobiles. For sure. All right, let's see who's here. Adding him to the stage, Mr. Pink Shirt himself, Mark Larson.
Hi.
Mark Larson. How are you, Mr. CBO?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We're just talking Lego Batman. I don't know if you caught it, but there are an insane number of Lego Batman Batmobiles out there.
Yes. There definitely are, and 3 new ones.
3 new ones. Yes.
Yeah.
We took a look at them. We're like, okay,
one technically is
whatever.
Tumblr. Curious how my audio is because I forgot my headset. I thought I had just the earbuds in my bag, and I did not bring those with me either. So if there's an echo, let me know. If I'm.
You actually sound good.
Good.
Yeah.
Hi, Meredith.
Hi, it's nice to meet you again.
It's nice to meet you as well. Yeah, and thanks for being on tonight. It's funny, like I was definitely where you said we met a couple years ago in person.
Yes.
But I was aware of you as Pinkwheels on Instagram for the last couple of years. And then it also turns out that I've been photographing your stuff at Brickworld for the last couple of years. Is some of my favorite stuff.
Aww.
Because it's so colorful and fun.
Yeah.
So we're basically best friends.
Yeah, I made Casey get extra cards that you were handing out at local businesses this year because it had some of my new Ashimi builds, and I'm like, give me some extra ones, so I have one at work. So
I love it. It's very unique, so it provides us like a kind of a counterpoint to all the Castle Space City, and plus I like to be representative of everyone who displays at Brickworld and show that we're unique and different. And so that it helps to have that colorful representation from the community in our ads. So
I love it.
Thank you for letting us use your creations to promote the show.
It's perfect.
Awesome. All right, so back to Batman, I suppose.
Yeah, no, we're done with Batman. We are on to our next super exciting topic.
You know what's awful about the new products this week is they threw them up so fast. There are no lifestyle shots.
No lifestyle shots. Yes, we'll have to come back to these.
What are we supposed to do with that?
I know.
It's annoying.
They all have, and one things that we noticed, Meredith and I talked about, is in the corner of each Batmobile, they have a picture of the Batman that they're associated with, and they do in fact look like the actors that portray them.
Nice.
Not all across the board, but you buy one of those, you can get an in-game vehicle for some Batman Arkham Dark City something Lego version that are shiny gold. Not very inconspicuous though.
They need lifestyle shots to express that and tell us who the set is for. Then
we do. We definitely need that. We don't have it. We definitely need that. All right. Well, let's take a look at the run of show now that we're all here hanging out. We went to revealing Batman and we skipped region versus region, which is of course the Ghostly Gauntlet. So let's move over to the Ghostly Gauntlet. Good thing you're here.
Yes,
because this is your favorite topic.
I do love this.
We're down to our final 4 in the Ghostly Gauntlet.
Oh my
God. For
God.
those of you who haven't been keeping track, what's the Ghostly Gauntlet? This is for Halloween. What is the best set out there with Ghost in the title?
What region are we in this week?
We are in the final 4. So this is the region of regions. We're having the Ghost region versus the Ghost region versus the Ghost region versus the Ghost region.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why
Names
is
that you would not have expected.
Calling me right now. Sorry about that.
It's probably Brian. Okay, and we know that if we're going to get into hardcore analyzing mode, we need us some rock music. So here we go.
Oh, thank you. There it is. It's literally called rock. I couldn't find it.
It is. All right, we'll turn it down a little bit. So this is what we've got. Up in our top matchup, we've got ourselves some The Ghost. This is the second version that came with the Phantom 2, facing off against the old school, the thing that people love, the Black Monarch's Ghost. And all we hear is Ghost Rock. That's what we hear here. Question, am I going to be able to put up a poll?
I can do it for you.
Okay, cool. Mark can do it. So Mark will put it up.
Hum-de-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
Ghost versus Black Monarch's Ghost.
I just found something, Ben, that I'm going to abuse. There are sound effects.
Is that a fact?
Yes, it certainly is.
Let me see.
Does it have high porn?
Oh,
so you have to load them. You have to load them first.
Yeah, there's a gong now. Okay.
Yeah,
more sounds. Oh, great. Oh,
which one did you ask, Meredith? Which one were you looking for?
The high porn.
High porn?
Hype horn. Sorry.
Hype. That's exactly what I was looking for. To be complete, just like for complete transparency, I did think you said high porn, and I was like, let me make sure I know what she said. I will look for it.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Poor enunciation went sideways.
Don't you dare apologize for that. It's it's the speakers on my computer. No, you did absolutely nothing wrong. All right. So what are these sets? It's the Ghost and Black Monarch's Ghost.
You started this.
I did.
So we've got the Ghost with Phantom 2 versus Black Monarch's Ghost.
Ghost Region 1. The Ghost with
Ghost Region.
What's the stupid little thing
Ghost
called?
With Phantom 2.
With Phantom 2 in the Black Monarch Ghost. This is last week when we discovered that Brick Dad Builds hates Castle.
I know, right?
Along with Ben, he hates Castle.
I've been accused of hating Castle again today, Mark.
Yeah, you know what? I will say this. Ben has actually never said that he hates Castle.
Not on this stream, at least.
He has mostly said Castle is stupid, or people who like Castle are stupid. But
correct.
He has never said I hate Castle. It's not a thing that's been said.
That's right. I would never say that.
He has the receipts for it, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So we're going to discuss this. My phone was almost dead, so it's charging.
Okay.
So we're going to discuss this until we feel like we've discussed it enough.
Okay. Fair enough. Black Monarch's Ghost, why would you get this thing? Because all the flags wave left, obviously.
Duh.
So we've talked about that. These are old school flags. These are left-leaning flags. But everyone loves, of course, the glow in the dark ghost. That is the longest slide ever.
Well, it's called Slide Long, so
I
you're
know,
not wrong.
but jeez.
Wait, this is Boo Large. What the fuck is Boo Large? Pardon my language. Oh, we have an actual boo to go along with our.
That one's gonna get used.
This is what ghosts say. They say
Yeah.
boo is appropriate. I guess
Drum rolls with a bongo.
Okay,
All
the
right.
booing woke my dog up from his nap, and he starts
Ooh.
growling. He just started
Ooh.
growling.
Oh, what does he think about this?
That's boring.
Nothing.
Boring.
It was the
Is that what he
booing.
said?
Something about the booing got him up, and he's like, "What's that?"
I know there's a couple we probably shouldn't use on here if we're trying to keep your dog asleep.
Oh, that one's
No, it's
lame.
fine. They're
How
fine.
about this?
They're in mom mode, so they want to be with me.
Oh, I understand that. Hey, you know what? There is no hype horn.
Very sad.
Oh. I can look one up and add it.
Yeah.
'Cause we definitely need that.
Okay, nobody
Hey.
cares about what we're going here.
You know what we should
Jesse
do?
went vote ghost because ghost is a ghost is a ghost.
Are we doing? Oh, is that what we're doing? You know,
Yeah.
you know what we should do another episode of is Lego Crimes.
Well, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, killing it here.
Meredith said one of her favorite episodes we've ever done was the first Lego Crimes episode.
With Nicole.
I love that episode so much. But I honestly, Nicole's AI version of the Death Cap mushrooms,
Yeah. Also pretty crazy.
one of the best things that's ever happened on any YouTube channel, as far as I'm concerned. All right, so right now, Black Monarch's Ghost is winning with 83%.
What?
Yeah, it looks like nobody likes the Ghost with Phantom 2 because people
What?
want the Ghost set to have a Ghost in it.
I'm gonna sound like a Star Wars fanboy, but I have both of them, and to me, the older one has more nostalgia. I don't know why.
Oh, he wants to be on the stream.
Who?
Your dog.
Your dog.
Oh,
We
one
can hear you
second.
barking.
Dad, come here.
Oh, I've never been so happy in my life.
Oh, look at this. Look at this
Hello.
puppy.
Look at that face. Oh my god, why is this not up on the screen? Hold on. Oh my gosh. Hi, who's the star of the show? Who is the star of the show right
He's
now?
very
Look at that.
grumpy and upset that I'm not snuggling with him.
Oh, baby boy. This is our fault. We're so sorry.
You want to see if his brother will come over? Waffy,
I do.
Waffy,
Thank you for asking.
Doug, come through. Waffles, come here. Come here, Waffles. And this is Waffles. And we adopted him 1 year ago.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my goodness,
Waffy.
Waffles.
He has eaten all the waffles in your house. Look at that guy.
Look at that boy.
Whoa.
Oh, what a
He
sweetie.
wants to go get his thing he dropped. But
He's like, Mom,
Absolutely
I can't be on
adorable.
YouTube right now. I dropped
Yeah.
I was like, my brother's gonna get that. My brother's gonna get that. I can't let him have it.
Gotta
Is
get
it
out
bully
the food,
stick?
guys.
It's like one of the beef cheeks.
Oh no! Oh dear Lord! So my dog, every time we take her to not Costco, PetSmart, to pick out her own treat, she always grabs the pig snout, and I'm always like, hey, what about this thing over here instead? Because I don't want that in my house. Yeah, we nobody needs that. I think we're here. We are. Now we're back.
We are
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this poll.
Cool.
Black
yeah, I was
Mar-
gonna say
Mar-
if that was the ghost was Zeb, and it didn't have the chibi Phantom on it, I'd go over it. But it's just the classic. You can't. You need a lot to You have to have classic versus classic.
We've all got our standards, and yours are correct.
All right, Black Monarch's Ghost wins. This is what I got to say about that.
There's a Luke, a Leia, a Han, and a Chewie. Stormtroopers, Rancor, Boba Fett, and Yuakui. Obi-Wan, Tornaker, C-3PO, come on. in Star Wars, bro? Believe in Star Wars, bro?
All right,
Yeah, I
Star
think-
Wars knocked out.
I think I gotta go Lysol my eyes after all of that.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. There's quite a few of those I need to replace. We had much better images.
It's hilarious. I mean, it's hilarious. It's hilarious in a good bad way. Camp, classic camp.
Very campy
Like the
for
the
sure.
Sith boxers, they're gonna stay in there somewhere.
Oh
but it was
no,
like,
that's the only good thing to look at in the whole thing.
yes. Oh, we got
I
Meredith.
like the guy dressed as Chewie. All right. Or the homemade R2D2 costume.
Oh,
All right, guys, let's get serious. Here we go. Ghost Region 3 versus Ghost Region 4. We've got the Ghost Train, which beat out another Ghost Train. And it's fighting against the Ghost Rider Spider-Man team-up version 4 or
I have
whatever.
to admit, I have a favorite.
It kind of looks like the Batman, the Bat.
It does look like the Batman, the Batmobile, yes. But it's not. Instead, it's the Ghost Rider Charger mobile. But yeah, so that's what we got.
Or it could be Dom's Charger.
Dom's Charger with more fires. Yeah.
What are we thinking here? What do you opinions? Let's start with Meredith.
I have pieces that came off that Ghost Train that glow in the dark, so I have to go for the Ghost Train. 'Cause it's just-
Ben, thoughts?
Oh, Ghost Train, 180%. And here's why.
Same
It has
here.
3 glow-in-the-dark ghosts. 3 of them.
3, yes.
3.
And
How
it's-
many things glow in the dark on this stupid Dom's Charger version 7 Ghost Rider team-up?
It's just a baller design. I will say this. I'm going to suggest that the design of this Ghost Train is barf in the good way.
Yeah, Superhawk says bye-bye Ghost Rider. Superhawk's
Yeah.
not feeling good about
Yeah.
their ability to pull this off. Mark gave us a barf in the good way.
And it gets in the good way, of course. Duh.
So it's this one, not
Yes.
this one.
No.
This one.
You got it exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So there we go. It's one of these.
Oh, we got a choo-choo from Jesse's Brick Galaxy. He agrees with us. Ding dong, it is a doorbell.
It is a doorbell.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Not even 999%. 1,000%.
Yeah. I mean, if we're looking at, though, final week, if we're just talking Ghost Train versus Black Monarch's Ghost, there might be some fist fights.
That's not the game. That's
I know. We're not there yet.
Yes, exactly.
There might be some fist fights out in the Tainted over that.
You calm down. You're fanboying
I'm calm.
ghosts.
I'm
Yeah.
calm.
Let's see if we get a little preview of what the Tainted is think if they agree with us. Oh well, Ghost Train is winning at 100% at the moment. I don't know how many
Well.
votes there are. How many votes were there for the so we had 7 votes for the first one.
Hey,
7 people
Whatever.
decided, yeah, it's okay.
Easy.
It's
That's okay.
fine.
I think it's pretty good. I like it.
That's all right. Yep. It's fine.
It's not bad.
How many people are watching?
21.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you, 21 people.
And that's pretty good considering, a third of our normal audience was at Fort Wayne.
I know.
So,
That's a really good point. Actually, there was a lot of chat at the. Shout out to Alphonse, Thomas Bagola, VMAC Attack, Sarah DeRossets,
Douglas, come here.
Superhawk.
Douglas, come here.
Oh, another dog? You have 3 dogs?
No, he's whining underneath the table.
Oh,
Can you hear him?
No.
Mark loves it when he can hear the dog voice, though.
I do love dog voices.
Mm-hmm.
He's
So-
whining that I'm not snuggling with him. All right, we'll go over the couch.
It does sound like a howl. I love it. He's like,
Oh,
"Ma, ma."
Those red bricks stacked up over there, Mark. Look at those trophies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're new as Sheba.
Yeah. Okay. Brick Dad gives us a double love.
Don't play yourself down. Yeah, Brick Dad, of course. Thank you.
Mhm.
You done?
Who else? Bill Bartley was there. Now I'm trying to go around the room in my head and figure out who all from the chat was there, and I'm gonna miss people like crazy.
Of course you are. B-Man,
Whatever.
Brick
I already
Dad.
said Brick Dad.
Brian Bonahome.
Brian Bonahome. I don't think he is. I think he's joining the chat from his drive home.
Oh, okay. Well, where are you then?
Wait, I'm in the Bonahome's house. So Brian's right upstairs.
But he's not there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Brian is there.
Yeah. He may come down and bomb the
Yeah, he
bomb the
does
screen,
that.
but yeah.
He does
it's all
that
good.
sometimes.
Yeah. So let's take all the underwear off the floor in case he wants to come in here. Underwear and dirty socks.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. Look what we got on the stream, Mark.
What? Oh,
He wanted a snuggle. I had to come over to the couch to snuggle.
Oh, look at
I
him.
get it. You did the right thing, Meredith. I will say that. You chose wisely.
Actually, Waffles, his brother, today
Yes.
is his adoptiversary.
Oh,
Yay! Happy
1 year.
adoptiversary.
Yes.
In Chicago, we call it a gotcha day.
Gotcha day.
gotcha
Yeah.
day. All right. All right.
Adoptiversary, though, is nice. I like that.
I think we got to call the poll. Who's the winner? Is it Ghost Train by 100%?
No, 91%.
91%.
Somebody
All right.
voted for the ghostwriter.
Hey, whatever.
Let's not shame that person.
Oh,
And
let's
that's
not
all.
shame them.
So, but there were only 2 votes.
Okay.
I'm kidding. we
would
could
not
not get
make
that percentage
sense.
with 2 votes.
No.
11 votes.
11 votes. All right. Take,
Or more than
you
last
know,
time. Ooh, wow, we have a final. We got the championship match
We
next week.
do have the championship next week.
I
And
wish
of course, I
then
can
you
do
would-
this fast.
What?
I can pull it up fast. I can show you the championship bout.
I wish you would have mentioned this. It's going to be a ghost set versus a ghost set.
Can
I
you
was gonna
believe that?
say, they both have the ghost minifigs in them.
Yeah, they both. One had tough time coming out of the Ghost region. The other one had an easier time coming out of Ghost region.
This is true.
But here they are. So Ghostly Gauntlet,
I look like a big
the
blob
finals.
from this. A big
No
pink
need-
blob.
No need to be sensitive today, Mark. All right, here we go.
I don't
Here we're going to be
care.
our final next week.
Ooh.
We got to draw it out another week because it's still not Halloween. Black Monarch's Ghost is going to take on Ghost Train for all the marbles. Yeah. This is what I thought it was, but Mark's going with some other option there. All right, we're definitely going to abuse that.
Oh, yes.
let's see
And we're
here.
going to find a lot more to put in.
Brick Dad says it was him who voted for the Charger Ghost Rider team up. Supa says who's the one person now we know. She says go figure. Yeah, I think he did it for the figure. He wanted the Carnage figure. It's the only reason he voted for that stupid ghost right there.
Go figure, literally. Yes.
Okay, so
I'm using
We're
my
on-
knees to
we're on
prop the
track.
microphone.
now that Mark's here, even to try to derail us to get done in 3 hours today.
Yay! Well, that'll be nice.
Yeah, we're on track because we're up to close calls.
Ooh, I can start
Really,
polls. I still
really,
have it open.
really, really, really close. We're going to close calls. Brian says it was him too.
Oh, wait a minute.
So one of them is a liar. That's all we know for sure. So okay, let's pull up our close calls. I've only left up comments that needed to come down for too long, maybe 5 or 6 times. So the show's going pretty well.
Yay!
Yeah.
Seemed like it was.
Sorry, here we go. All right. I want to know when someone says catsup instead of ketchup, is it old timey and adorable, or is it a hex upon their old timey house? And here's Camden's original recipe, blue label catsup that somebody is trying to sell you here. Which one do we have here? Old timey adorable ding dong, or a hex upon their stupid house? Let's start with Meredith. Meredith,
I'm
close
going
call, what do you
hex.
think? Hex. Meredith is dropping the hex. It's ketchup, dang it.
It's ketchup.
Yeah. Mark, how are you feeling?
Hex.
Ooh, 2 hexes. 2 hexes. General Tron's dropping a hex as well. Closer call mullet or emo toilet paper. Okay.
Oh, Brian Bonham, you're not wrong.
Ryan's being naughty.
No.
We got it.
They all yelled at me because I replaced the toilet paper here, and I gave it a mullet instead of the Rockstar bangs. And I believe I'm right.
You pulled it off. You pulled it poorly.
No.
Initial first tear? What are we talking about here?
No, I did it the right way. No. It's about hanging toilet paper
Oh,
on the
you
pole.
hung it the wrong way.
No, I
Over
hung it the
or
right
under?
way. I hung it the right way.
According to them, you hung it the wrong way.
No. According to them, they're dumb.
Okay. According to them, you hung it the wrong way. According to
No.
you, you definitely hung it the right way. One of you is definitely right, and one of you is probably wrong.
But wait, I believe according to them, they're dumb. I think is the right way to express that.
All right. Put a little background music in this time, too.
But this is
so
not a
we-
rant.
I know, but we got, well, right there it was. We got ourselves here triple hexes coming from the hosts. And let's see here. General Trons went with hex. TP goes over the top like a football. Okay.
Wrong.
Deport them back to whatever country they say cats up, says Brick Orphanage.
Aw.
You can get a hotel room if you don't like it.
Damn.
Wow.
I'm staying right now at Chateau Bonhomme, and I really like it here.
Yeah, I see you got a nice big comfy couch. You've probably got dogs that come
It's a-
and play with you.
It's a rocking chair. No, they come find me when they haven't seen me for a minute, or when I come upstairs in the morning, and then they're like, "Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?" We gotta find him. I love those dogs so much.
Where is he? Where'd he go?
Where is he? Where's Uncle
Where'd he
Mark? Love it.
Where'd Mark go?
I didn't set a
Where's
timer.
Mark? That's all right. How we doing on this poll? Your friend?
67% say hex.
Ooh, 67. That's not a true close call, but it's closer than some.
It's
I'm a
more-
little surprised that we had some old timey adorables in there.
It's more than it should be. And as I end the poll, it went down to 25% for old timey doorbell.
Okay.
7% say hex.
Hex. Hex on your house. Cats up, people.
Hex. You're all
What is
wrong.
wrong with you?
Wrong.
Okay. This next question,
Start a poll.
I believe, is one that I have a strong opinion on, but I want to hear from everybody else. Booth or table?
Who, what?
Please, it's snuggle time, or table, because I like my space. Which one are we going for here?
I'm going booth.
All right.
It's
Meredith's a booth.
comfortable, and my daughter likes to. She'll be like, "Can I taste yours? Can you taste mine?" So it's the booth.
It's the booth. She likes the snuggle time when she's eating. All right,
Yeah.
Mark, how about you?
Facilitates.
Table. I actually prefer a booth, but there's too many restaurants in Chicago where the booths are back to back, and the jackasses behind you don't realize basic physics. And if they're doing this the whole time, you feel it. And for some reason, 90% of the people in Chicago sitting in a booth do this the whole time they're eating. So I'm
Yeah.
a table person.
One of the biggest problems I have with the booth is I have a member of my family who's left-handed.
Ooh.
And if we're sitting on the wrong sides from each other, we're doing
Yeah.
the old elbow bump when we're right next to each other in the booth. And this member of the family always wants to sit next to me.
Is it Miles?
Could be. And if this person is sitting next to me and I point out, hey, let's switch. So your left arm is on the opposite side of me and my right arm is on the opposite side of you, and we don't have to interfere with each other. Guess what sort of mutiny is stirred up by this suggestion?
The highest mutiny?
The highest levels. Also, you're in the booth and you drop something. I got to crawl under the damn table to get it instead of just pulling your chair back and reaching down and picking it up.
Yeah.
Also, you
No,
got to get
I'm
up
not
and pee
playing.
because Mark has to pee 6 times. You're definitely sitting on the end of this booth, man.
I always sit on the end of the booth. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I do appreciate the fact that you don't want to sinister shame your son. And so you did not admit that it's Miles' left-handed.
I
But I,
did
think
not,
we have talked
no.
about that on the stream before, that he's left-handed.
One of my children is left-handed. I'm not saying who.
But we got 86% right now. It says booth. Where do these
I will-
people live?
I don't know. It's
They must not
interesting.
have kids.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them. And like when my ADHD son's medicine wears off, whether or not he's left-handed, I don't know. But then he does want to snuggle during dinner. He's like in your space the whole time. I'm like,
Table.
wow.
And with the table, you can kick his chair away.
I can move my chair.
Like
I
a pox on the
lay
child.
down.
Yes.
can be like,
lay down.
hey, not only is this a table, it's a round table, so you can't like sit next to me anyway. Ooh, waffles.
It's waffles.
It's
So
waffles.
sweetie.
Upset that I'm not playing with him now.
What
Mhm.
a cute face. What breeds are these dogs? I have to know.
Okay, so Doug's a super mutt. He is lab, American bulldog, pit, and knock it off, sir. German shepherd.
Oh.
And then Waffles is Waffles because he was a Malinois. They told us he's a Malinois mix, but we did
Yeah.
his DNA, and he's not. He's a purebred Malinois.
Oh, is he? I was gonna guess Malinois.
Yeah.
Why are
he's
his
a
ears
purebred.
floppy?
Apparently their ears will go floppy if they aren't if they don't have good nutrition when they're a puppy, which is what
Oh
we think.
no.
Because he was found in a parking lot in Atlanta. When he was about a year old, we adopted him about a year and a half. When he was a year and a half, so about 6 months later, we adopted
Aw.
him. So we just think between the stress and he wasn't eating in the shelter, and that's why we love him. We thought he was like some sort of mix.
Yeah.
But his ears are adorable.
I thought he was a Malinois when he first came up, but the floppy ears threw me off.
He just apparently, if you don't give him the proper nutrition, because Malinois puppies start off with floppy ears, and they get the keratin or the collagen, and it makes them look really scary too. But he's just a lovable.
I know, but they're big babies.
Oh,
You can
he
prove
loves
it.
it when I call him a baby and I flip him on his back and I hold him and rub his belly.
So, Superhawk says same genres. Oh wait, nope. Same generation. Super hit a bump and maybe hit send early. Love it,
We've
love
got
it.
several lefties in the chat. Rob Claxton, yes, sir. And
Yes,
General
sir.
Tom's Bricks, both lefties. So they know the pain of being in the booth next to the right-handed person, or should I say the right-handed person having to sit next to you weirdo lefty freaks.
Yeah. No, literally sinister means evil. But it started out sinister actually was the Latin word for left-handed.
Mhm.
And I think it's appropriate.
They used to try to stop you from being left-handed. They would like
The Catholic
you know.
Church would, yes.
try to convince you that you should do everything right-handed.
So
So
the poll has ended with 70% saying booth
interesting.
and 30% being correct and saying
Yeah.
no offense, Meredith.
Okay.
You know?
You obviously have a child who can snuggle responsibly,
Yeah, not me.
and you
I
guys
got
are,
a snuggler and it's everyone in the house. The dogs, the kid, everybody wants
and
to
you're both
snuggle.
ambidextrous, so it doesn't matter which hand you eat with. Obviously,
No, we're both right-handed.
Copper Valor is here. Says hi earlier was Ben, so I didn't check in.
I'm in Massachusetts.
Maine,
Yes, so.
Massachusetts, Maine.
Maine is ME.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's see here. I fought tooth and nail. Right-handed isn't me. So General Tron's tried to not do it.
Yeah.
To the curb with the rights. Lefties rule, says Superhawk Bricks. So we got a ridiculous number of lefties in the chat.
Matt Husband is lefty,
Yeah.
and I sit on his left at the dinner table, and it's really never caused problems.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
fascinating, really.
It's probably because when he moves his arm, it goes over the top of your head. So like,
There is
You know.
that.
yeah. So you don't have to worry about it. All right. So there we go.
Yeah, fun.
That was our close calls. We're at 2:38 and we've done the whole show. Can you believe it?
No,
But before we go anywhere, Mark,
let's talk about something new.
let's talk about one thing quick. How was Fort Wayne?
Awesome! Oh my goodness, what a great group of people! What an amazing show! We did our first haunted Brickworld, and everyone Halloweenied it up.
Aw.
That's
Awesome.
a great way to say it, right? Really awesome crowd there. Like I recognize people just from seeing them at Fort Wayne and say hello. Somebody came up to me and was just like, "Remember last year we had this conversation about this shirt?" And I was just like, oh, yes. And then we had another conversation about the same topic that was on that shirt. It was about pooping. And so it was like, it's always nice to see you annually so we can have our poop conversation. Like, just what a great city. It's a small market. We were on the local news, all 3 stations, ad nauseum, to the point where one of the producers we were working with called me this morning and was like, hey, we're at the Coliseum. Do you want to do one more interview? And it'll be like a wrap up for the weekend and like maybe get some more people out to your show. And I was like, great. That sounds great. I'll stop on by. We're open. The door's open. Just walk on in. And then I got on the phone with the staff and I was like, can someone please do this last interview because I am mediated out and I just can't fake it for the camera at the moment. It was like, so we had an embarrassment of riches for exposure for the show. Great audience here, great groups. Fort Lug is relatively new, but they're growing and they are starting to collaborate more. Indie Lug is very interested in doing our shows, so there was an obscene amount of Indie Lug members involved. We of course had Matrix Lug, we had Brick Dad Builds and Super Hawk, and Sarah DeRosset running all of the interactive stuff. We have Brick Derby now. Sarah DeRosset's interactive is a photo booth where she made a Polaroid frame out of Lego brick that she has hanging from a little like stand, and then she made all of the I forgot to get in there and get the picture. She made all of the accessories out of Lego. So if you want the like the top hat and the beard and the mustache, they're
Glasses.
all
yeah.
The steampunk beard, the steampunk beard is off the hook. Yeah, great weekend. Great growth for the brand of Brickworld, and just like I say it all the time. Our mission statement is building community, connecting people, inspiring people, and like Fort Wayne is one of the places where it's small enough, and we have enough of a repeat audience where you can actually really see it happen. I'm not businessing. I'm hearting right now. I'm emoting.
Okay.
No, it's really great though. So excellent weekend, excellent way to end the season. Because now I'm done for a few months. Barf in the good way. Barf. Fort Wayne is adorable.
We got it.
Doorbell. You are
All
correct.
right.
You're hitting all the right spots here.
I'm trying. Doing what I can.
Good job on banner game tonight, sir.
Well, I do what I can. I, talked over Meredith a lot, but tend to ramble when it's just me as the normal host crew. I was listening for a bit before I got here, and I was like Meredith was right in there with I thought Meredith. How do I put this? I was like, here's somebody that we can have on as a guest again, or somebody that we can use as a co-host in the future. I'll leave it at that.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely, and a real builder, right? And we have had other co-hosts on who are modders or mod builders. Love them too. They can come back as well.
Or collectors of Star Wars.
That's true.
Hi, Sean.
But specifically, Meredith also indicates she likes getting the feedback on the MOCs.
Yes, and that's
definitely a good fit for us for our return guest.
The accountability buddies.
Thank you for putting my thoughts concisely, Ben. You've gotten very good at that.
I'm working on it.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. I did. Oh, it's right here. I did get you a gift again.
Oh.
This one's just a small one.
Okay.
Last time we got you the pirate minifigure.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe that.
But I just to show you how much I appreciate you and everything you do. Because first of all, you put up with me. Last night, I think I sent you a text that was like, "Listen, Dick, what do you want for your thumbnail?"
I got jerk face. Yes.
I know, right? Which was just something funny I said out loud to Brick Dad. That I was like, that'd be funny if I texted it to him. So, in order to continue my appreciation for everything you do for the stream, this time I got you something
Hold on.
No, I didn't.
That's the same thing.
I got you another one because you said that you wanted to have one mint and sealed box that you can have signed by Marcus, and then one that you could build. So now you have them.
What? That doesn't even seem real. Guys,
this is totally real. This is 100% real. The box is in limited edition. It says limited edition number 4. I don't know what that means, but look, either. You get 2 of them.
Wow, that is crazy.
So thank you, Ben, very much for everything you do for for the stream and promoting the brand. I know you put a lot of work into this. You have a lot going on with your family and with your job.
I do my best, but I tell you what,
you put in so many hours on this channel. I can't
tell you what. You get me pirate minifigs. I'll come back to Brickworld. That's how it works. I almost feel like I don't have a choice this coming year.
By the time I sell the company, you're going to have like 18 pirate minifigures. Just a small army.
Yeah. Well, hey,
army building them, right?
Yes, building pirate minifigures.
Amazing. And so now you have to build a pirate ship that is scaled to this guy.
Will this guy fit on there? This was my closet of shame today.
Oh my gosh. I think you might have to scale it down a bit, but I think you'd be good at that.
Yeah.
But yes.
Really do that.
Either way, yes.
All right. Well, look at that. How
That's
sweet
for
is
you.
that?
I love you. I appreciate you.
Aw. All right. Well, we can't go out before we ask Meredith if she has anything else she, learned today or thought was fun on the show. What do you think, Meredith?
I love the Batman trivia. I would have thought there was more Luke's Land Speeders than Batmobiles, and I was proven totally wrong.
Yeah, crazy number.
I love when I first came in, you're like, I've been either grossly overestimating or underestimating.
Underestimating.
That's what happens during our silliness segments. We're always just like, I thought I knew a thing or two about Lego, but apparently I was way off on this. So.
Yeah, only 4 Arkham Asylums, but what was it, 13 Batcaves? I mean, it's crazy.
Listen,
how prolific Batman is.
That's all you need. Screen in a jail cell.
Then Greg Bujewski here in Fort Wayne has a Futron, Blacktron monorail layout that's very clever, very cute, very, very nostalgic. And there's sitting there on the space bar is a logo tile, 2x2 tile with the Blacktron logo. And I was like, we literally just did a segment on this.
That doesn't exist.
And I said, this tile doesn't exist. He goes, I found a sticker. I put it on a 2x2 tile. I was like, thank goodness I did do my research after all. And then we had Josh Martin. Josh, I apologize for forgetting your last name. He was wearing a Blacktron logo shirt that his wife bought for him. I guess on what is it? Threads? What's the one that does the new T-shirts every day? No, not Redbubble. I don't know. It's the hip T-shirt place. Look at me. I'm an aging Gen Xer. I can't remember word sites or what happened 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Either way, his wife got it for him because she knew the logo, and so he's walking around with a Blacktron logo T-shirt. And he said that most of the time people are like, "Hey, no, I'm not giving you a thumbs up." Most of the time people say like, "Hey, your Zelda trident
is upside down."
Upside down.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's my Blacktron logo, bitch.
My Blacktron logo is right side up. Thank you very much.
Yep. I did forget. We had one last close call.
Oh, damn. Well, I guess I have the poll open still.
Yeah,
what is it?
Is Batman the GOAT of Lego superheroes? Yes, you saw the numbers. We just talked about him again. Or no, DC will always be second rate. Where are we going here?
I have to say he is I'm not a huge DC fan, but I mean it's Lego Batman in itself is like its own meme.
Yeah.
So it has to be yes.
Yeah, I say I think you're making a really good point. However, I'm going to counterpoint that because I think the greatest Lego superhero ever was Scooby-Doo.
Interesting. Didn't last very many waves, and we've had 20 years of Lego Batman now.
It's coming back.
Okay.
It's coming back.
Let's see here. Brick Orphanage says second to Iron Man. Oh, he's throwing down. He wants the other billionaire with the tech problem, with his own version of the Batcave.
And what about KK Slider?
It's a good one. KK's definitely up there.
And he has an alter ego.
He's a music star.
But he has an alter ego that's DJ KK. And I think the reason you don't see DJ KK as much is because he's like solving crime around the world when he's not.
About DJ KK.
Oh, well, I guess that's probably a good point. So, you know what? My favorite thing that happened a couple weeks ago, maybe it was last week, who knows anymore, where we were bringing up, yeah, it was last week, where Brick Dad, I was bringing up the fact that there's going to be a Smart Brick Animal Crossing set.
Yep.
Supposedly coming out next year. And Brick Dad asked, like, well, what would they use a Smart Brick for? Are there sounds associated?
You were saying, Mark?
So Brick Dad's
I'm pretty sure Meredith hit it that time. It wasn't me.
but she's not a co-host. So I know you're wrong on that one. So Brick Dad said, what sounds might be associated with the game that might be in the Smart Brick? And I was like, I don't know, doorbells, maybe the sound of catching fish. I don't know. And then halfway through the week, I was just randomly texting you guys where I was like, KK Slider is the Smart Brick thing. And Brick Dad was like, that's cool. I'm like, no. This is conjecture.
Yeah.
I have no denial or confirmation of that news that the Smart Brick will be KK Slider singing in the plaza. So just to update you, no, DC will always be second rate is winning at 71%.
Wow. I mean, I'm a little surprised because no matter what else you want to say, 20 years of Batman, 260-ish sets, 412 minifigures, 111 just Batman minifigures. Who's more prolific in the superhero world than Batman in the Lego zone? He had his own movie.
Ooh,
a Lego
Brian
movie.
passed out.
Lego
That's
Batman
true.
movie. You know?
By the way, you're not wrong here because that is the best Batman movie ever produced.
Could
by
be.
far.
It's up there. And the sets for Lego Batman, they were all cool too. Just saying. But anyway. Okay. I mean, hey.
I did stick Bonahum with that interview, by the way. Going back to it, it was Bonahum who got stuck doing it, which is good. Hey, look, Copper Villa drove through Fort Wayne once. Fort Wayne, Texas, or Fort Wayne, Indiana?
Yes, it's Fort Wayne, Indiana. What I did see, I mentioned this to Mark. There's a state. I was at the state fair, and there was someone wearing a Fort Wayne, Indiana shirt, and it just said Fort Wayne, and then underneath it, it said, "It's not that bad." So that was the entire shirt. I thought it was hilarious.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Accurate shirt. All right, let's
Fort
end
Wayne,
this poll.
not that bad.
And this poll at 75% are saying no, DC will Desai. It's like you with the Mogways. Yeah. So yes, that 75% say that DC will always be second rate. 25% saying yes. You saw the numbers.
All right. I'm surprised, but you know, the Tainted have a mind of their own. We can't make them vote for the right answer. It's
apparently Fort Wayne is a great place if you have a wife and 2 kids, or maybe Gotham City. I don't know what he meant.
I have a wife and 2 kids. Should I move to Fort Wayne?
Yes.
Okay.
It's closer to my house.
There's that.
Therefore, that yes.
Yeah, I mean, then I could make it to a couple more shows a year.
Yeah,
but
that'd be
just have to give up my whole life and move to Fort Wayne. No big deal.
Yay!
That'd be more convenient if I lived in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So do that.
Yeah, well, I don't live there either.
Makes more sense for everybody.
Yeah. Z Spouse is gonna say she's gonna pass.
Pass on moving to Fort Wayne or Chicago.
Fort Wayne or Chicago. You got to be more specific. Z Spouse.
I'm sorry. Z Spouse says pass.
Pass. That's how she talks.
Yep.
We've gone over that before.
We have.
All right. Well, this is what we've got left in the show run. Run it back. Mark, are we on our regular schedule this coming week?
Oh my God, we're gonna have the best show this coming Sunday, but Wednesday night is gonna be off the hook.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to see about Sunday.
Why? What's going on?
My kids have MEA, and so I'm not sure where I'm gonna be. Let's see here. That was for Fort Wayne, but I'll say both. # sorry, Mark.
I'm sorry. This is what happened. That was for Ray, but I'll say both. Hashtag sorry, Mark.
Hashtag sorry.
No, you're moving to Chicago.
We will be back by dinner. Okay, I will be good to go, but we'll have to do some pre-work early in the week.
Oh, boo. Copper Valor says, I don't know if I can watch Wednesday. Maybe some of it.
Well,
Okay.
then let's just shut it down and not even do it. That's the point. If Copper's not there, who cares?
Seriously.
Yeah.
She's
That's the
gonna
point.
help us through trying to figure out how to get me to Lene's island this time, since she got us Lene to our.
Oh, Brick Babe, you're going to our island.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what
Did you-
happens when Mark is on stream with Brick Babe?
Girl.
That's
all that happens.
That's what you say a lot.
So Meredith, do you play Animal Crossing?
My daughter and I did. We kind of peaked a few years ago. Our island now hasn't been touched in probably a year and a half, and
Yeah, sad.
and all the creatures and characters would be really upset that we haven't been there.
They probably
We've
haven't
been
eaten.
doing more Stardew lately.
Oh, Stardew Valley is a good one. Yeah, no, I took a year and a half off as well, and they got back into it in the off season last year, and just realized how much I missed it. That game is really fun. I started ignoring chores,
Yes.
and that makes it better.
I still don't understand why the Lego line hasn't had Raymond or Bob. They're the two most popular cats.
But they've had who? Mary?
Who cares
Yeah.
about Mary? Who cares?
Yeah.
She is not one of the on the cat. We had all the cats on our island. My daughter made me get her all the cats. And I don't even think Mary made it. No, it was Mitzi. It was Mitzi, not Mary.
Mitzi.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know what? You know what the worst crime of all is? There's no Tank.
Yes, that is the worst. No Tank, no Buzz,
By far.
no Biff.
Everyone's favorite character, Tank.
Yeah, everyone's favorite.
Everyone loves the beefy Jock Rano.
Everyone.
Everyone. But no,
Everyone.
seriously, yeah. I feel like they're sitting on Raymond, but I also feel like they're giving up on the line.
I know, and that's like when you think about having like a devil and an angel on your shoulders, to me, it's Bob or it's Raymond. Like Raymond's like,
love
go
this.
to work, be productive, and then Bob's like, let's go watch kung fu movies in our basement and have snacks. And
Yeah.
yeah,
And by snacks, he means like, let's have a little cannabis on the side too. That's definitely, no, you're not wrong.
those are the two perspectives I had, and I have this this lady in Mexico does the crocheting that makes custom animals or custom like stuffed animals, and she will make you any Animal Crossing character.
Yeah.
And so I have one of Bob and one of Raymond in my office.
I need that contact. You guys,
Yeah,
someone's
I'll
trying to
find it.
sleep here and they can hear me through the floor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not no, it's why are you apologizing for my loud
Right.
voice?
Yeah.
Don't do that. You did nothing wrong and we love you. And so we're gonna have to have you on the Animal Crossing stream too, Meredith. I gotta go. No, it was a mistake. Because she's trying to sleep. I'm gonna duck out. Love you all. Goodbye. Ben, have fun closing the show. See you
I
later.
will.
Bye.
See ya. Mark did actually say something was a mistake. That's not how that's supposed to work, but that's okay. He's actually supposed to say that, of course, it wasn't a mistake, because how we close the show is we like to tell everyone there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. This is true in Lego. This is true in life. Who said it? Of course, our hero Bob Ross. Here he is. Our mentor, the legend, Mr. Happy Trees himself. Everybody have a great week. We'll see you Wednesday. Probably Mark and I back on a show together in our normal studios next Sunday. And who knows, we'll definitely find some special guests. Meredith, we'd love to have you back sometime.
Sure.
I think for our exit today in the exciting choice that I picked today, a little bit underplayed, but really the first song that really got people to notice our AI songs, because this one has a very special Brickworld tie-in. Here we go.
Oh,
Let's
can
do-
I plug a couple of things before we go?
Shh. Of course you can.
So if you are looking to donate to something this wonderful Pinktember or Pinktober month, 3 good organizations that I can think of off the top of my head. Obviously, Reclaim October it's going directly to a research institute. If you don't want to do that, but you want it to go to stage 4, Metaviver, really great group. They send, I think, around 90% of their donations. They have low overhead, and it only goes to stage 4. And then lastly, the Pink Fund, another great organization. They actually send cash grants to women, or just because men get breast cancer too. So to anyone who's having treatment for breast cancer and need help, Pink Fund, the Pink Fund, they're a great organization as well. Low overhead, they very transparent. So 3 different orgs if you are looking to be generous.
Well, we send that to me or to Mark
Okay.
on Instagram, and we will add it into the show description for anyone who wants to see it. We tried to end the show without that. That would have been a mistake. Of course,
Sorry.
we already said there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. You
Only
just
happy
get happy accident because you get to hear the outro twice. Bob Ross, he's excited for one of our favorite songs. Here we go. This is The Grand Fall. Here we go.
Larry's castle stood so tall, we all sat in awe. Think outside the blocks gave a round of applause. Proud and inspired, Larry showed the grand hall. Physics took over, we all watched the grand fall. Bricks fail, crashing dreams to the ground. In that moment, silence was the only except for Mark screaming, no, 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 no. Troy was grabbing a beer, hey, what happened, bro?
Yes, I pulled a moto.
No, you did.
I did. Under the castle, so dragons live here, right?
Oh my god, yes.
Level 1 dungeons. We got kitchens. This is a double high. This is the grand hall.
No, 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 no.
And like the grand hall.
I believe everything happens for a reason, and maybe this reason is for you to rebuild it better, bigger and better.
Shut up, Troy. My castle just fell. There's only 6 weeks to go. I'm in a full hell.